on YT. We need to start streaming on YT Shorts, vertical as well.
Yeah.
All right, we should be live on YouTube.
Yippee.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and. We need a bigger desk. We're so cramped.
We do.
Here.
We do. We really need a larger
Okay.
desk.
And then, what am I doing? Okay, not watercolor OC drawing. Animate tutorials live. Go live. Go live.
Yippee.
Yes. Okay, now we have to go push that over there.
Hello, Salem, Bella. Hey.
Hello.
Stuff maybe.
Stuff maybe.
Hello, hello.
Azana. Nashi. I always say Nashily for some reason. Nashi. Christina's grandma. Crispy.
Hi, Grandma.
Hello. Is our YT live? Are you on
Yeah,
it?
we are live.
Okay.
Yep. There's
Should be
4
good.
people on there.
Refresh. There we go. Who's here? Who's here on the YT? Shattuck Paradox.
Shattuck Paradox.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually good that you're here because I want to.
So glad you're here.
Wanted your watercolor.
Do you want your watercolor done today? We're good to do that. You are
Yes.
next on our list.
Yes, you are.
We got you and we got Swag.
Yep. Hey, Cha-ching. Hey,
What do you think of that? Yes. How long are you going to be here? We're thinking of doing some tutorials and then heading over to do some watercolors. Michi, hello.
Hey, Michi.
Did you get into the Discord server fine? Cha-ching, hello. Fox, hi. Lexi. A lot of regulars coming by. I need to ping the
So Shattuck Paradox
DC.
says yes. Awesome.
Awesome. I'll be around the whole time. Sounds great. Onion. You know, I absolutely love onions.
I love onions too.
Just gotta verify that I'm good. Yeah. What is your?
Your
What's your
display
username on there? I can manually do that.
I'll be around for the whole time. Awesome.
That's great.
Thank you. Religious
I can-
themed OC, that's cool.
I can verify you myself if you want. Just give me your username. You know, like layering stuff in scenes. Could we go over that? Sure.
Sure.
Fox is jumping on.
She's jumping on the
She knows the rush of questions come in.
what's it called? Layering.
Like I would say probably layering and overlaps.
Okay.
Is
Or
it
does-
Nini? Is that you?
Layering and overlaps.
Hello, Dahlia.
Dahlia.
Till, hello.
Hey Till.
All right, I'll give you the roll.
I haven't drawn June in a while.
There you go.
so
You should be able to see the server now. How do you draw anime eye and nose? We could do that again.
Yeah, eye and nose. We always do those.
AC, Nashi tutorial on how to shade lips and hair.
Ooh, shade lips and hair. That's
IDK, if y'all remember, but I showed you my Art Center portfolio. Oh yeah. You messaged me. I hooked you up with Toby.
Awesome.
Toby's in midterms right now, but he is in Art Center.
Close.
The Pop Mart didn't work. I don't know what that means, Pompoof. Bing Bong, hello. Clothes like folds and stuff.
Yep, close.
Yes,
folds.
Bing Bong. It has been a long time.
Bing Bong. How you doing?
Emily. Mira. Yeah, congrats on getting in. You're in the entertainment design, right? That's what Christina and I went to
Yeah.
before we dropped out and started this business.
I know.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I have a couple students who are in there. Noah, Toby, probably some others from a while back. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure of all the other. I forgot. If
Uh,
they're still there or not.
Do your math work, yes.
Yes, do your math work.
Pop Mart machine is a figurine vending machine at the mall. Oh,
is it
is
those,
that the
like-
one that was totally sold out?
Yeah, the designer toys or whatever.
Those were sick. I
Yeah.
would have gotten one.
I would have too, honestly. Body.
Melky, hello. I have night school for the next 2 months after my
Night
spring break.
school?
Crazy. Night school at night.
At night.
I'm going to school
at night.
Mermaid Tales. You'd want to do that.
Oh, of course I'd want to do that. Fairy tales are so much fun. Actually, we had whole
That's a
challenge on
design
already.
thing.
Yeah, that is a design thing.
Oh, I'm partially see-through.
You are. You didn't change out of this thing. Oh well, that makes it more fun.
Hello, demonics.
Glasses.
All right.
Sure. So, Colton, what should we go through today?
I don't know, but one sec.
Sure, go ahead.
Here, let me do this.
Okay. Loud noise?
Potentially a loud noise. I can't get it in there. Come on. Can you pull that down?
Yeah, close. It's not going in.
Pull it again. Pull that down. Yes.
Gotcha. How we doing?
Hello?
Color theory sounds fun.
Okay, that sounds a lot better. It's
Awesome.
a little bit quieter, but
You know. Loud noises again?
should be good.
Alright, awesome. You sound underwater now. Hey, Sammy.
Well, that's great.
Draw hands. We might as well add the hands to the list. Alright, so we got a good amount of topics. We can
I
get
feel
started
like,
with Facebook.
for some reason, the music's so loud right now. What if I do that?
Is it louder than... Yeah, thanks, Fox. I think we did that.
That's better.
Okay, great. Now, we can't hear the music for ourselves, but I think it should be fine.
I can just turn this up.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys for waiting. Honestly, I want to do some shading lips and hair. That sounds really fun.
There we go. Might want to experiment with this. So we moved recently and all this got messed with. How's that? What about this? Let's see.
Hi, Demonics. How's that doing?
Is it louder? Is it quieter? I think that should be okay for now.
Great.
There we go. Sorry. Although, funny enough, we haven't really had that many technical difficulties yet since moving. We will.
We will. That's just...
Okay. So we've got, how come you haven't went live at 6? It's because of daylight savings. We still go live at the same time for us, but a lot of people have moved, so we're going live at this time from now on. So we are currently going live at 5 o'clock Pacific time. Okay, so
Right.
some comments and stuff. Favorite portions will be cool. Lighting and background. The background music is louder than you guys. Okay, not anymore. At this point, y'all should share earbuds and just listen to whatever you want.
Huh.
I got a Circus Freddy plush from Hot Topic. Nice. Rock Lobster. Okay, bye. Is that Maddie? Can
I
you
don't
do
know.
like how to draw hair like on side profiles and 3 quarter profile all except front?
Yeah, I got that
Can
on
you
here.
do okay? Motion. Huh?
Huh?
Forgot about daylight savings and was very confused at 4 p.m. when y'all weren't on. Yup.
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Long hair sounds fun.
Hello. Welcome back. Lighting and background.
We do
long
have
hair,
lighting
please.
and maybe we'll also cover lighting in this topic. Perhaps we'll see. I will add
Yeah.
lighting in here because it is we're gonna do some backgrounds today. Why not?
Am I early? It is 8 minutes and about 9 minutes in. So yeah, pretty early.
Honestly, you're very early.
Male hair.
Male hair. We always do male
We got
and female
a
hair.
lot
We
of
got a lot.
topics right now, so that'll be it for now.
Okay. So the first thing I want to cover is shading lips and hair because I haven't taught shading in a long time and I feel like it's fun. Whenever I shade
Which one is that?
that up here. I mean, if you want to go and do another topic,
Oh, that's fine. If you want to skip ahead and do one first.
Sure. I'll do this one just because
My
it's cute.
expressions are looking good of my own characters, my Disney studies, and other. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, just do a lot of them.
So whenever I shade lips, it just depends on like the how faint do I want it. I tend to just leave the lip line pretty bold, and then when I shade lips, I will use the shading to describe the form of the lips. So let me just do one quick example. I do it like this, and if I were to do this in line work, what my forms are showing me based on my shading is that there's some padding on the lips. There's the top lip, which is kind of like two ovals, and then there's this little pad in the middle. That's like your Cupid's bow area. Not Cupid's bow area. There's just this little dimple right here, and then here is your Cupid's bow, and then at the bottom it's like this one kind of simple form that's like a little tangerine shape, I guess, that kind of bulges out. So whenever I shade lips, I think of this in my head and I try to describe it using like a simple value.
One very common mistake for beginners is to outline this.
Yeah.
If you outline that, it stops looking very good.
Yeah.
There are obviously different ways to draw lips, but just understand the principles of design. If you put something at very high contrast, it will grab attention, and if you put lines around something, a lot of the times it will end up looking like a sticker. So just be careful with it. It doesn't mean you can't do that. It just means be aware of, the consequences of really drawing attention to something. So lips a lot of the time will be a little bit more subtle.
Yeah, and also some people make the mistake of, and this is kind of more of a subtle thing, they make the mistake of not shading along the form, so they'll just fill it in with whatever like marks, and it will kind of flatten out the lips. So when you shade lips, it's kind of like you want to think about these volumes. So let's say if I draw lips up here, and I want to show the form, I'll shade my top lip, but I will make sure that my bottom side is like slightly shaded in, so it reads like a three-dimensional.
It's true that there is not really right and wrong in art.
Yeah.
There isn't right and wrong. However, you have to really be aware of what you're doing to draw people's attention, right? Someone can pull something off because they understand these forces. It's almost like a gravity. It's almost like gravity. Like if you're pulling someone towards something with this gravity that you do, maybe like contrast or maybe a really strong color, you can kind of balance that out, right? Like maybe you use a really strong color, but the value is not very different. So maybe you're like using a really light value or a very similar value to the skin around it. So think about this dance, this balance between these different things that pull people's attention.
Yep. And I also like to think of lips as like if you draw a egg and then you cut into it, that's kind of what lips are.
Yep.
The top is usually shaded, so this is what I did on here. It's like a form that goes down and it's generally more shaded than the bottom lip.
Yep. Fox, that is watercolor drawing these days. So she does draw illustrations.
Yeah.
Hey, Lau.
So shading hair is very similar. I'd say I like to shade hair very similarly to cylinders or ribbons. But I'll draw.
I do too,
strand.
Fox. I want us to hear Draw Miki on the iPad as well. But we have a lot of watercolors to catch up on all the time because of the promotion. I think we still have two left for now.
Yes, 2 left. And if I can get those 2 done today.
Nah.
No.
We have stuff going on after stream.
Okay. So
We'll only be able to do one today, and that's going to be Shattuck Paradox.
Yes.
And then Swag. I don't know if you're here, but we'll probably do yours on another day.
Yep. So what I do is I'll draw my hair strand with, gesture and, design in mind, and then I'll draw a center line, and I'll draw like a light wireframe around the hair. This is just to show me like how this hair is moving in space, and then I shade accordingly to my form, and of course where the light is. So if my light is up here, anything that's turning away from the light will be in shadow. So let's say here, this middle section right here is going away. It's going to be slightly in shadow. This comes out again to the light, will be in light. This part goes back into darkness. And so it feels more like, a ribbon. Oh yeah, and core shadow, of course. Yep. And actually, I actually have a 3-part series on how to shade hair on YT, so you can check that out on our YT channel. It's the same name. Christina's been working hard. Thank you. I have.
We've both been working really hard. Oh my gosh, this move has been so much work.
I know, it has. It has.
But yeah.
Do you think it's easier to draw the area or the lines first?
I don't know what that means exactly.
Yeah. What's a good way to do lips from the side?
Art is never ending learning. There's so many things to learn. Yeah, I think that's why it's so important to adopt the mentality of enjoying the process. If something never ends, then your best bet is to enjoy the journey.
Yep.
Because if you never reach the destination, then being rewarded by reaching the destination doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So instead of, like, a lot of people ask about burnout and art block and all that kind of stuff. Art is a never-ending journey. You never reach it, the end.
Mm-hmm.
So then why would you wait to give yourself a reward until the end if it never comes? You know?
Thank you, Maru.
Subscribed. Yes, awesome.
Thank you.
Kind of like the lips and mouth. Oh yeah, the June character there.
Right here? That one?
That one? Or no, probably this one.
Oh, yeah. That's good too.
On the chibi character on the screen. Yeah,
yes,
it's probably
that is June.
there.
Alright, let's see.
And by the way, expect YT videos to start going up again.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah, the one to the side here. You can see this. We actually have a bunch of them.
Yeah. We have like a lot of characters that we'd like to put up on the side. Welcome back, Mira.
We got June. We got Naomi. We have
Jake.
Yeah. There's June. There's Tira.
I like Tira's.
There's Miki.
Miki. I still need to make an Abby
there's
and Ray
Miko.
one. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you could make a Ray one.
Mm-hmm. I want to make an Abby and Ray one.
How about we
do Tira.
We'll do Tira today?
Sure, we'll do that.
That stinking up timer is still up.
Kind of in a pout. So pouts, pouts tend to go like the inside lip, the upper lip is tucked in and the lower lip is out. So most of the time you'll see a character, now this is more like a baby pout, you'll just see the lower lip come out like that and puppy eyes. Or you can see this shaped mouth as well. So
Ray and Abby.
Ray and
That would be great.
Yes.
I feel like with a blank canvas, my mind goes blank, so I put a small blob of any color and paint from there to get myself started. Yeah,
that's perfect.
That is a great idea.
That is a great idea.
What's his name? Ian McKegg. Did we just get like a knock?
Did we?
Ian McKegg. Oh, maybe Ice fell.
Oh.
Really, really famous artist and illustrator, storyboard guy. He would say, if you're afraid of the blank page, just go to the top of a page and write, "This is a bad drawing." Mm-hmm. And now you've messed up the page, you've given yourself permission to fail, and now you can just draw. I actually recommend if you get a brand new sketchbook, just go get a new sketchbook, take a Sharpie, write on the top of every single page, bad art, 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 and then fill the entire sketchbook and just draw.
Yeah.
I like doing that sort of thing. If I'm afraid of my canvas or I don't know what to do, I'll just ruin the page to start.
Yep. I never really talked about folds that much, so I'm going to do that next because I always tend to skip that topic. So I'm going to do it.
What brushes? Hello, Dingy.
Hey, Dingy.
Now my brain has to convert your new name into Dingy.
I miss Dingy. I mean, Taco Bell's pretty cute.
Yeah, Taco Bell's pretty fun too. Wondering what brushes. Yeah, so this brush you can actually get for free. It's this exact brush. It'll work in Procreate, Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint. You can get it on our site, in our bio, or you can get it on our Discord server. Mm-hmm. Rip Dingy 2025. Yep.
Rip Dingy.
I do like Taco Bell.
I
though.
do too. It's really creative.
Can't stay long.
It's okay.
Dingy. What night should we do the portrait of your character? Try to save my bad art despite how much I hate it because I like to look back. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a great idea. We do that.
We do that too, unintentionally.
Latex kind of folds.
Latex is more about contrast.
Yeah, latex is more of a rubber.
It's more of like rubber, and you actually.
Yeah, latex you're gonna get folds that are look like this, like really tight. Like really tight. You're actually gonna get stretch lines, more like
straight lines.
Like that sort of thing. These straight lines.
Yeah. And a lot of time, if I were to do latex, I would fill this whole thing in black or very, very dark.
Or whatever color
or whatever
it is.
color that it is that's latex, and then just chisel out the highlights with an eraser
Yeah.
or just a
So
light tone.
the difficulty of latex is that you're now rendering a material that is works kind of fundamentally different than like a matte surface.
Yeah.
So if you're rendering latex and you have, say, a sphere, or if you're rendering cloth and you have a sphere, in the cloth you're going to have a lit side, a shadowed side, a core shadow. With latex, it's more reflective, so you're actually going to get more reflections of the environment on that sphere.
Yeah.
You're going to get a specular highlight, which is all of this stuff. These are all specular highlights. And you're not actually really going to get cores. So you're going to get environmental bounce a little bit, but since it's black, you're not going to get a lot of environmental bounce. So you're probably only going to come up about this much. A little tiny bit. And you might get a little bit down there, you might get some over there, you might get some right there, you might get some on the back. So it's going to be a reflective material rather than, say, a material that has a core shadow, a lit side, a dark side.
A slightly lighter side.
Yeah, a slightly lighter side. Ambient occlusion, right? And then maybe a specular highlight. Latex doesn't work this way. Like, it does, but it's not very noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not very noticeable. This is going to be rendered more like a reflective material.
Right.
That's why there's no ambient on latex though. Just a tiny bit. It's all reflections. So these gray areas right here are just indications of a reflection of the environment around them.
Well, it's like shading an orb, right?
Yeah.
If you're like looking at a marble, you'll see like a really harsh shadow, and then you'll see like a reflective area, which is generally lighter, and then you'll see that specular.
It almost looks like this.
Yeah, it does look like that.
See? That's very similar to what latex would look like.
It reflects like the light and the environment around it.
Yeah. See? That's all just reflections. There's our light, you can see, and so latex is going to be rendered like that.
Mm-hmm. This is not really latex-like. And latex also has a lot of sharp corners. So the sharper that you make like the highlights, the more it'll feel like latex. Especially when you have like seam lines and stuff. Seam lines make it really nice.
These things
It just kind of catches the light.
Chewy candy.
What?
Little candy.
No, it's my watercolor. No. So when rendering don't blend too much, it just depends on the material, right? With latex, you probably don't want to like show a lot of medium tones or like crazy stuff.
Blending is like a technique.
Blending's a technique.
Blending is not going to make your art look good.
Right.
Blending is just like the transition between two values.
Yeah.
Like you could like
blending will
think
work
of-
well for silk.
you could indicate latex in a cell shading style that has no blending.
Right. It doesn't. Yeah.
Have y'all designed a Chubot design? Not yet.
Not yet. Like if I'm gonna do like silk, I'll keep in mind that it works kind of similarly to latex, but it's a lot softer. There's generally going to be kind of like a highlight, a core shadow, and all that stuff. But there's more variation. You'll see more different types of shadows, but it's very soft.
Silk, you're gonna get cores though.
You are gonna get
latex.
cores.
You're not really gonna get
No.
cores.
See, like the core that I'm adding right here is like right before the highlight, so it makes it feel like has a nice sheen to it. And I love rendering silk. It's one of my favorite ones to do.
So if you want to learn more about rendering like silk, latex, all that kind of stuff, you'd really want to take like a material rendering class. So in our anime art school, Christina teaches materials for clothing in the costume drawing class.
Yeah.
And then I teach other materials like metal and wood and grass and plastics and all those kind of things in my painting class. So anybody who has our anime art school, we actually teach all that in the classes.
Yes, we do. And if you do get anime art school and you're new, you can get 2 of our books for free.
For this monthly art challenge, what time will you be live? When the same time we went live today, so 5 p.m. Pacific. How do you draw white latex? You're just gonna have a really small value range.
Yeah. Like white latex will probably be like very light gray, and then the highlight is white. Like just very, very small amount of value change.
Yeah. Blending is hard. I need to find someone to teach me. Blending, you could do certain exercises to help with blending, but a blending problem is usually a problem that's not actually with blending. Blending is just like a technique. You're just kind of creating a transition between two different values or colors. Recently just finished a headshot piece of a character of mine that I'm happy with. Awesome. After struggling for so many years, that's great. I'm glad you're happy with it.
Yeah. So kind of on the same topic about folds. Oh, by the way, Maru, totally fine. That's why we're here on YT.
When I blend, it looks muddy. Does that mean I'm picking wrong colors? No. Muddy is a value problem.
It is a value
So the
problem.
darkness and lightness of something
Is not clear. So like, let's say
Yep.
you'll have like, oh, I'll have like a little bit of dark here and oh, a little bit of like light in here, and things are not like clear.
Yeah.
It just becomes that's when things become really muddy.
Yeah, all of a sudden it'll become very muddy if you're going, oh, I need to get darker here. Oh, I need to get dark there. Oh, I gotta get some dark here. And oh, I gotta get, like that and that. And then all of a sudden you're gonna get this muddy ball, and it doesn't even matter if you're blending together. See, I'm gonna blend this all together, and it's super muddy.
Because wow, that's very muddy.
It's a value problem.
It is a value problem. Value, once you
And
know
then
where you're, go ahead.
Write this.
Yeah, sure. But once you know where your clear light and your clear darks are, and you like separate them, then that's when your paintings would get less muddy. Actually, when I took a class at Art Center, I had my teacher Bob Cotto. He's always saying don't put your lights in your darks and don't put your darks in your lights. Like keep them separate as much as possible.
The higher level painters, their main focus is abstraction, but value grouping. So
Yes.
a lot of higher level art artists focus on notan and OTAN, which is basically figuring out your entire drawing in just two values, just like a white and a gray, or a lighter gray and a darker gray, or a white and a black. And if it works from that level, you keep them restricted. You keep those two areas restricted, and you don't let them bleed into each other in terms of the overall feel. It's difficult to explain it beyond that without doing like a whole demo. But that's really, really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like understanding the local value of something, and then also understanding the material
Yeah.
and how it renders and stuff. Yeah.
Can you do a demo one day? Yeah.
Yeah, for
Probably
sure.
so.
So talking about a little bit about folds, there's a lot of things that you can do to make your clothes feel more realistic. One of them, I'll just draw it in different cylinders, is drawing kind of like a hook type fold. And this is similar to a diaper fold, but basically you're drawing a wrap around the cylinder, and it creates this hook type fold. And it works for a lot of things. It works for when your arm is hanging out, kind of getting a little bit wider. The cloth hangs onto part of your arm, and it's really just nice to see that. Also does really well for like longer sleeves as well, especially in the half lock fold. You see them adding all these hook.
It's like a
folds
Kahlua
everywhere.
type sleeve.
It is like a Kahlua type sleeve. It is.
Yeah.
Just color that part dark, and
Yeah.
you got Kahlua outfit. What program are you using? I'm using Procreate. I recommend it a lot. It's a one-time payment. It's only like $12, but it's super worth it. At least I think it is, because you can just do a lot with it.
There,
Oh, it's
Kahlua sleeve.
Yay! And then we might as well give him like some lightning. I can't draw lightning. Hold up. There, lightning.
Demonics, can you give me an example of an exercise? What the exercise for muddy values, or I forget.
Fold with fur.
Folds with fur tend to be much softer and rounder.
Yeah. So like it also kind of looks like a spiral fold. So you have like an arm, and you have a coat over the arm that's a fur coat. you won't see a lot of folds like this.
Mm-hmm.
You will see a lot more folds that are padded out and they're really, really round and soft.
Yeah.
And then you'll also see a lot of texture.
Well,
on
fur
the
is a
inside.
very thick material.
It is very
and it's
thick.
very soft. So soft materials, number one, they don't like to change value when you shine a light on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get much softer forms. You're not going to get these really hard, generally, you're not going to get these really hard core shadows and cast shadows and stuff because it's a very soft material.
Yeah.
And number two, you're going to get these really soft rolls in the form like what Christina drew there.
Yeah. And I like to also add a bit of form shading the form.
If it's soft, is it best to use like an airbrush? No, not necessarily. If it's soft, it's you need to understand how to render soft stuff. The brush you're using, it can help, but only if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So like this brush right here is not soft.
It's not.
It's a hard-edged brush.
But I'm just using softer lines to
Yeah.
get that soft.
Yeah, so like if you have only like a pen, you can still imply soft by doing that sort of thing.
Breaking the lines. Yeah.
So it's not about the brush, and it doesn't even really help that much to use a different brush. But some people find it easier. Like
Yeah.
you can experiment with it for sure.
I think airbrush has a good
Blending. Exercises for blending.
Hmm.
I definitely know that there are exercises. I think that Peter Hahn actually has, in his book Dynamic Bible, he basically uses just a ballpoint pen or a felt tip marker in the whole book, and I think he has some blending exercises in here.
Oh, there they are.
So this would be some exercises that you can do for like a marker. This is Peter Hahn's Dynamic Bible right here. Peter Hahn, he's a very good artist. So you can basically go through this and do hatching, different kinds of hatching, and create gradients, like that sort of thing. Peter Hahn, H-A-N, yes. And he has a whole bunch of different stuff in here, like this,
Very nice.
like that. But like I said, this whole book is just for like ballpoint pen, basically. Just pen. Can you share this in DC maybe? I can share what the book name? Yeah.
Resources probably.
How about Fox? How about you share it in DC? Dynamic Bible, Peter Hahn, Peterhan.
I'll write it down here. Peter Hahn.
It's a great book. It's very short, but it's pretty good. Like it covers a lot of basics
Yeah.
of just various stuff. I actually really like a lot of this stuff. He draws a bunch of like bugs and all that kind of stuff. See this here, this is back to like that latex topic. This is rendered very similarly to latex.
Very
Right?
dark.
And you can see instead of blending, he's just using hatching. So he's using like something like a Sharpie or a brush pen. And then when he wants to create that blend, he uses hatching and then kind of fades it out. So again, the medium doesn't really matter all that much. Like it matters, but not that much. It matters because you have to know how to control it.
Right.
But the principles are always the same. Would it be possible to picking a color palette, especially base colors? There's some popular color palettes out there, like the Zorn palette.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, picking a color palette is actually probably one of the most creatively free parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this book I think is completely sold out, but I think they're actually bringing it back.
Ooh.
I think their website is Superani, Superani. It's like a Korean website. So if you want to buy it, I think they're bringing it back in stock sometime. Joined your DC. I'll be sharing the art I did of my characters later. Awesome.
Awesome.
But yeah. Riri's Corner, hello. It says
Hey.
pre-sale. Yeah, I think they do like prints, different prints of it. I got this a while back. By the way, that same website sells Stonehouse's Anatomy, which is a really good anatomy book. It sells Kim Jung-gi sketchbook collections. It sells a bunch of different stuff.
So whenever I draw eyes and eyes,
Isis?
that's funny. Eyes and noses. That's probably where it came from. I like to think of these into thirds. Some of them will have two curves or 3 curves, but generally there will be 3 curves. So the first curve will be kind of like your inner eyelid, your inner corner of the eye. Your second one will be the overarching eyelid. I don't know. I have no idea what these eyelids are called. And then this part is kind of like the edge of the eye where it then leads into the bottom eyelid. Mm-hmm. So I like to divide them into 3 parts, and then I kind of just use whatever shape that I want. Do I want it to be, really angular? Do I want it to be very round or very subtle? It really just depends. As long as you have these 3 components, especially this part right here, because this is the edge of the eye, you're good. You can draw an eye, and then after that, you can just thicken the outline for each one as thick or as thin as you want, and then add in the rest of the details like the lashes and the pupils and stuff like that. So I like thinking about that. See, like this is a round, curved eye. It technically has just 1 curve, but you can technically say that this is 1, 2, 3, stuff like that. And just fill it in. I need to use a bigger brush.
So, I do know Fox had a question about composition.
Yes.
Not composition, but like backgrounds and overlaps.
You want to switch over soon?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll do that. And eyes. Eye placement is also depends on the vibe, but I'm just going to place it like this for now. You want to just move on to, I'll do noses later, so maybe you want to do layering and overlaps and backgrounds.
Sure.
Okay, let's switchy.
Switch
time.
Yep, so I teach a little bit differently than Christina. I like to use a bunch of existing examples more, and then I do really simple doodles a lot of the time. So, backgrounds and overlaps. One of the most important things about backgrounds, as always, with art is shapes. So, let's take a look at how I like to break it down. So I did this demo, this little thing a while back. This is how I tend to think about backgrounds and environments. I like to think in slices. So what's close to me and what's far away from me? And how do I overlap them in front of each other like my hands in order to create interesting shapes? See how you can see that canvas, the iPad between my fingers? And if I close and if I open my fingers, see how like this gap by my pinky down here is now larger and this one right here is now smaller? That's going to create an interesting breakup of design. Mm-hmm. So I think about these kind of overlaps in that sort of way, because remember, art, like 2D art, is all about shapes. That's all you have. You just have shapes. So if I'm going to draw a background or an environment,
we might need to move that over.
We'll just do a little rectangle here. And I'm going to start thinking in terms of shape. So let's grab an environment like this one, right? So this was a piece that we did in anime art school. I did this piece and then Christina went in and did the characters. Here they are. But you'll notice if I zoom in to this guy, this still works as an environment, right? You've got a foreground, which is the guy right here. You've got this element right here. It's kind of shaped like an L, right? This L right here with my fingers.
Yeah.
And then in the background, you've got this beam that's kind of running through his head in the background, and that brings you in, because remember, it's all about shapes. And you've got these windows back here for context. That looks like an environment. If I cropped this piece and only did that, it would still be a successful environment, even though there's no perspective. Now, if I zoom out, obviously there's a lot more to this piece, but let's just focus on this right now, because I think that's actually kind of interesting. So,
what do you mean with the L?
The L? I mean, here, let me do this. So let's say that my composition is this. I mean that overall, the composition follows an L shape, like this. You've got the guy up here, you've got his back, like this, right? You got his hand coming out, like this. You've got his arm coming down there. You've got the girl's face and head over there and her arm. You've got this railing that he's leaning on.
That creates part of the L.
Like that. So this L shape, to me, and then this guy, of course, is looking at her. This L shape, to me, looks like this. Right? And of course, let's just take all this and block it in. And maybe
he's talking at a bar.
And maybe I'll take this and just raise it up a little bit. So when you're starting an artwork, most of the time you want to think about this kind of stuff first.
That
there it
brush
is.
Insanely satisfying. I know. I use it all the time.
So there we go, right? That's essentially my composition. So in red, I'll just draw out what my brain sees as the L. It's basically like that. And so if I start my image with a simple composition, can you grab that composition book up there?
Yeah.
So if I start my image with a simple and effective composition, and I keep that composition all the way through to the end.
What book is it?
It's the hardcover. It should be over there on the left by Color and Light.
By Color and Light. For some reason I can't see it.
On the left.
Okay.
Towards the left. Okay, move right, move right, move right, move right. There.
Okay. Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah, I couldn't.
All right.
See.
So if we start the image with a really simple composition, like here's some examples from this book. Here's one. Very simple composition. Very simple composition. Doesn't matter how much detail you add to it, as long as... See, here's another really simple composition. Very simple. A lady being lit from the right, sitting on a bed. You basically got that L shape again, kind of like this. Right? And as long as you keep that general idea throughout the artwork all the way to the end, even if you add a lot of detail, even if we were to turn this into a really detailed painting, it would still work. So one of the difficulties that students tend to have with compositions and environments and backgrounds is they get really, really overwhelmed by all the details. They completely skip that simple phase. And then they move in and everything gets really complicated and they get all wound up with the hand and the wrist and, oh, they're going to detail the windows. And that simple L shape kind of falls apart and your brain doesn't know what to look at.
It's like seeing the forest for the trees or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So yeah, and then of course we got this basically board.
Hey, Jinyu.
Going through here.
Hello,
You got
Lindsay.
some windows up here. Simple stuff. Another window here.
What is a good goal you guys would recommend for reaching first when it comes to practicing anatomy?
Figure drawing.
Drawing.
Learn how to set up the figure.
Yep.
It's kind of not very helpful to know anatomy if you can't put it on a figure that looks good. So if you want to learn anatomy, if you want to get good at drawing people, focus on figure drawing, which focuses on the whole rather than just the individual muscles and stuff. The individual muscles come later. You need a strong base to put it on. That's my recommendation, of course. So yeah. Now, overlaps. So when it comes to backgrounds and environments, right? Let's just draw out a little simple sheet of paper on the ground. Let's add some cross sections to it.
Hey, Danny draws.
There we go. So this is my three-dimensional space. And here's the back of it. And this goes up here. Like that. Right? So again, I like to think in terms of what is my three-dimensional space and what am I showing exactly? Where are my characters, right? Like if I've got a trail or if I've got, I don't know, some sort of a path that the characters are following and it winds, and then there's some sort of an end goal. Maybe there's trees in the background and there's a break in the trees and they're going to be going through there. And then maybe, there's a tree here. There's a tree here.
Mata, you are not late. We did switch roles because we had a fun topic to talk about.
There's the characters here. And then I'll go like, okay, well maybe there's some bushes right here. Maybe there's some bushes right here. There's trees in the background, like that. And I'm thinking of this three-dimensional space. So when I actually start my composition, I'll go, here's my ground plane, right? What are we looking at? Are we looking at the sky or are we looking at the ground? Let's just say we're probably looking at maybe the ground. We've got this there.
Nice pathing.
Maybe we've got these trees and stuff here, here. I've got my characters, maybe a character here, maybe a character here. I've got a tree there, got a tree back here, bushes in the background.
I have
Like
something
that.
to show you.
Oh, I
Jen,
did
you
see
made that. I did not see this. This is my first time
Oh
seeing it.
no!
Cold.
That's horrible. I didn't see that part.
I don't know, it's hard to see, but Jinyu drew Colton pregnant, and I have that smirk with chat.
That's
Oh, I
horrible.
love it. That's horrible. That's horrible, but I love it at the same time.
Right? So bushes, another set of bushes in the front right here. And I'm really visualizing this three-dimensional space, right? So maybe this is kind of my perspective. Like that. So, Fox, I think you're the one who asked this with the overlaps and stuff. In your brain, think about this. Don't think in terms of just the two-dimensional final composition, right? Like, think in terms of what's actually going on. Where is this particular tree? Where is this particular tree? How far is it away? Is it 50 yards away? Is it 100 yards away? Is it 500 yards away? And then when you start actually building these scenes, you can start, and this would just be like my really quick thumbnail sketch to figure things out. Maybe I have more sets of bushes. And so all of these different overlaps and stuff are going to be happening. Maybe I have bushes behind that tree. I've got these bushes here, right? Maybe I have a rock, a couple of rocks right there, another rock right there. I've got a tree with some branches coming out. Maybe we got mountains in the background.
Ooh, pretty.
Maybe there's like a building or some castle in the background that you can see through the trees. And I could come in here with an eraser and just go.
Hey, Shadow Milk Cookie. Mata says pregnant Colton wasn't on my 20 of 25 bingo card.
Oh, it was on a lot of chat's bingo card, I can tell you that. So I could basically do that.
Wow. That's pretty. Didn't I make a meme of pregnant Colton before it was a joke? I don't know. Maybe.
I probably,
Probably Fox. Knowing you.
knowing you.
Izana says, I love this breakdown. Makes so much sense. Awesome. Colton
Right?
is really good at teaching this kind of stuff.
And it's kind of off screen. But there we go.
It's
And if I
fun.
wanted to raise the ground on one side, again, I would think about it in terms of this. So let's say I wanted to go.
Someone said, or Anime for Life says, I see a lot of artists make thumbnails in really small pictures. Is that a technique or a composition?
They're figuring out they're figuring out this. They're figuring out the thing that L that I was talking about earlier, right? They're thinking in terms of very, very, very simple composition, because remember, if it doesn't work from that level, it won't work from the final level. Details don't mean a lot in terms of an interesting image or composition. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, could put some rocks back there.
Does it, does it do well for the composition?
So let's
to
make
put
a
them
cliff there.
Yeah.
And so we can just say, okay, maybe I expand this canvas
Ooh.
over here, and I just go,
Look
Right.
at that. I feel
Come
like this
here.
way of drawing, the stuff that you do, makes it feel very loose and
Approachable.
fearless and approachable. Exactly. What do you recommend as a beginner who's comfortable enough with drawing but not full on stories?
It's a good question for
That's
you.
a good question. For who?
For you.
For me? Oh.
Yeah. You draw.
I mean, yeah, I do draw. But with storytelling, I think. So this is what I used to do a lot. I used to just draw a bunch of my characters in different scenes, and I would just make them really simple to just have a story. And what I would do is I would be like, okay, what are these characters doing? Is one of them jealous of a couple? And then I'll like space them out and make it seem as if their pose is reacting in that certain way. So I like to just draw like one person, and then I'll add more to the drawing. I'll be like, okay, person A, maybe I'll add person B, and they're together, and I'll have person C, and they're reacting to the couple, and I'll just keep on adding just to try it out. That's what I would do. So that's what I would try to do with scene character interaction, because character interaction is story.
So now that I think about it, what I was doing, so I was practicing a whole bunch of anime heads, right? So I would draw a whole bunch of heads like this for fun.
Cute. I love that one.
There's an anime head, anime heads like this. I drew this one twice. There's Miki, more Miki.
They can't see that.
There
we go.
More stuff. Some of these are studies, some of these are from imagination. And then what I went and did is I started, that's an upside down drawing, is I started doing little stuff like this. Like I would just add a very simple body to the head, and I would have two characters interacting, and that's a story, right? And then I would start adding bodies and doing stuff like this.
What's the Miki and the Tira one where she's like, oh, you shouldn't have slept so late, that one. Do you remember where that one is?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's another one.
So that one just started off with head studies.
Yeah, this was just a head to start with, right? Here it is. Here's Miki's head. And then I just drew like a really simple desk underneath of her with her feet. And she's looking up at Tira. And Tira is like, I told you not to stay up so late watching that anime. And she's here and she's all elegant. And then it says she stayed up too. But Miki didn't handle the sleepless and Tira did. And she was just like, weren't you there too? So just little character interacting things. But these all start from just like simple head studies. See, like, here's Tira. And all I would do is reverse engineer the head. So if I have the head of the character, say, if I just have this character's head like this, and maybe their neck, right? Let's just say I have a head. There's my head. All I'll do is just basically go, is it in frame?
It's in frame, but it's really, really far away. Thank you, Alana. Your stories are so simple but funny. They work so well. Thank you. Well,
I'll just add a little body to it in terms of that.
Something super simple. You can tell that there's no anatomy yet at all.
Yeah. And then, maybe they'll have an arm that comes out, and they'll have, I don't know, this arm come down like that, like this. And she'll be explaining something, and you can give a little mouth.
That's cute. Oh, how fun.
And you can have like a little dialogue.
Blah, 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 blah. So this is my husband. I don't know.
And then the character on the other side could be like, I see. And then all you really do is you can just do another head study, and if you want to make it the same size, you just kind of pull this over, right? And then there's the chin.
Salem says, I love watching Colton draw people like this. I do too.
I'm not proficient like Christina, but I can draw. And they're like,
what do you think, chat?
I see. So you can have two characters interacting like this, and it could be like a little story, and it could be like, That's all I do. So in order to kind of bridge that gap between I just draw heads all the time, and I'm actually starting to make stories, I do that. And I do it a lot. in these studies. Here's a. Oops, I don't want to do that. Why is it jumping?
I don't know. We need to go.
How do I have to go all the way back to my art? I hate the new layout.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's kind of not very efficient.
Here it is.
I love this
See,
one.
here's another really, really, really simple one. Just two heads, and they're just scheming together, and there's a little caption. That's it. So, I'll just overlap heads. I notice Christina does that a lot, right? She'll just draw a head, like this, with the neck. And then she'll draw, another head back here. And she'll kind of just fade it off.
Yep. How do you know where to place the nose? I generally like to place the nose kind of where the cheek kind of pops out of it. For the style, at least. But once again, it depends on your face shape and face type.
Yep.
Maybe they're spectating something.
Yeah.
And then any drawing that you do, you're always thinking, oh, what are they doing? Maybe they're doing this, maybe they're doing that. And it's not necessarily like, the story doesn't have to be perfect, it's more about like idea generation. So that's what I think about. So it's not like super stressful.
Maybe that person can be looking over at them.
It's like a reaction.
I haven't drawn in a really long time. Weeks.
It's still pretty good though.
Or they can be like, they're reacting to each other. So like this person's looking at them.
Mickey. Yep, we are live again.
And whatever. This could be, I guess it could be Miki. There's that. And I don't know who this would be.
Abby. What software? This is Procreate.
Just something really simple like that. That would be a little tiny composition. And you could make a story. And, she could be saying something. And then Abby could be responding, like, reacting to it. And that's a story.
I was thinking maybe Miki could ask something kind of unhinged. And Abby's like, I don't know.
Right?
Asking something with a blank face. Hey, worm.
There's a story. And that's how I would start. If you're comfortable drawing heads and you want to start to get into stories, you could do something really, really, really simple like that. Just people responding to each other. Something simple going on. It doesn't have to be some crazy fight scene or anything. Yes, Abby.
Yep.
My character. I like Abby.
Angel, we generally don't do critiques unless you are part of our live classes, but we don't do live classes right now.
So there's Abby.
Generally, we'll critique if we feel like it.
I did draw a different... Here's Abby again. See, and this one is a little bit more complicated. It's just Abby saying something and Miko's blushing. So Miko's like, oh no, I forgot to bring a pencil today. And then Abby's like, don't worry, Pookie, I brought two. And then Miko's like, Pookie. And you can see that Abby's got her two pencils.
I love it.
And she's got her skateboard and she's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple story.
Yep.
Very, very simple.
Here, you do it.
Okay, TikTok,
chill
out.
Yeah. Watching Colin's mindful, stable lines makes me want to go practice. Yeah. Anytime he draws, it makes me want to go practice. I'm like, dang, you make me want to draw.
I don't feel like they're very mindful. There you go.
Should be like, do you think pickles can fly?
I don't know. Say something silly.
Yeah, just say something silly, but like with like a very serious look on her face. I feel like that's very Miki.
Or, you can really adjust these things to be very subtle. So, for example, if the only thing I did was just come in here and do that, now she's shocked.
She's shocked.
Now she's saying something really unhinged.
Yep, or kind of embarrassing.
Like that. Does Abby have a crush on Miki? No.
No.
No, but Miko and Abby are besties growing up.
Yep.
So this is Miko, which is Miki's sister. And then there's Abby.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No Yuri though.
And there you
It
go.
ain't a Yuri situation.
Super simple. And
Hi,
you can
Miki.
tell just based on that.
I hope you feel better, Michi.
There's a story.
Yeah.
What's up?
Michi said they're gonna go take a nap because they don't
Oh,
feel
okay.
good.
I hope you start feeling better.
Mm-hmm. How the thing you had to do today?
How did the king you had to do today? Sorry, forgot. Huh?
The thing? What thing?
We had a refrigerator appointment. You know, we bought a fridge, and Tori, member for 1 month Jake tier.
Tori, thank you.
Thank you, Tori, on YT. 1 month.
1 month. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we bought a fridge and it got delivered and immediately it didn't work right. So now it's getting replaced with a different fridge.
And hopefully that one works.
And hopefully that one works. I don't know what Miki says. Just
do you think that man's butt looks? I don't know. I cheated on my math test. I don't think she'd be surprised about that though. I cheated on my math test and I still got a D. I'm
yeah,
kidding.
I mean, if
Hey Aura.
we could do something like this, and she could just be like,
You did it again, didn't you? Yep.
see, there, very simple story.
Yeah, I love the squint. Notice how he actually placed it so that the top of the eye and or top of the pupil and the lower part of the pupil is like covered by both eyelids.
Yeah.
Makes it look like they're squinting.
There you go. There's that story. So if you want to do really simple stories, and then she would say like,
And I still got a D. And Abby must be thinking then the person you cheated on must have also gotten a D or something. Oh my gosh. Future says, I thought you would put I cheated on my math teacher. That's horrible. Wait a second. The math teacher is Ray.
yeah, the math teacher. There it is. So there's a little story, right? It's just something silly. And so what I like to do is during this 1,000 heads challenge that I'm doing, right? I'm doing 25 per page. Some of them are studies. Some of them are from imagination. I do little stories like this. It makes it so much less annoying and boring to do. You ate all my Takis.
You ate all my Takis! Guys, look.
What's this?
By Rat King.
Oh my gosh.
I did not expect this.
Rat King. Rat King did art of Miki and Ray.
Yes.
Here is Miki. Oh my gosh, that looks so
wow,
good.
that looks so good. Oh
And
my
there they
gosh.
are together.
I'm fangirling. Wow, this is a very
Yeah, this
interesting
is
outfit for
really
Ray. I
nice.
really like it actually.
And here is Ray.
Woo!
Ooh.
She even got the ponytail action going on.
Oh my gosh, Rat King,
Wow.
this is amazing.
It is.
Oh, that's awesome.
like wallpaper worthy.
That is 100%.
Slay.
Oh my goodness. Full res now.
It's not full res?
I don't know. If this is not full res, it better be because I'm
Okay.
saving that.
I am saving that too.
Thank you so much, Rat King. That's amazing.
Thank you. So pretty.
Yeah, like studies. So I have ADHD. I've always grown up with ADHD. I can't pay attention to stuff for very long. So I've come up with really clever strategies in order to continue paying attention even beyond the normal amount. So in order to do that, I change facial expressions, I change head angles. So you can see here's Abby and here's Miki. Same expression, same head angle. And then here's a study, imagination. This is a study. So I go back and forth between studies and imagination. Like Miki right here is from imagination.
I like that one a lot. That one's very successful.
These hands are studies.
Ooh.
And I get bored. I draw little hands.
That's heckin' cute. Tips on
Mickey.
memorizing shapes for anatomy studies. I feel like I don't know what shapes to use unless I have a video tutorial. That one's normal. It's completely normal. Just
that's
do a
normal.
bunch. You will be able to memorize them the more you do them.
Sheer repetition.
Sheer repetition. I'm still good at drawing face and hair, but the body's really hard.
Do a bunch of bodies.
Yeah, do a bunch of bodies.
Loveless.
Sometimes just go ahead.
Loveless had the exact opposite problem. She spent all this time learning bodies and she didn't draw almost any faces.
Oh.
and now she's going back to.
It's totally fine though. Like bodies are very difficult, so that's why you break it down.
Yeah.
I should actually make
like
a how to break
comic
down figure drawing video sometime.
Just do a bunch of studies. Like, She's still good at drawing face and hair, but the body. So if I were you, I would do this, except I would do it with bodies. So I do 1,000 bodies instead of 1,000 heads. If you have a lot of trouble with bodies and people, draw 1,000 bodies.
I wish I started drawing early. You guys are so fun to watch. Oh, thank you. I bet are you new? Honestly,
and I do this
too late to draw.
To learn anatomy. These are some of my anatomy studies. And what I do is I do a full figure drawing, and then I add all the muscles and everything on top, and I color code them as well. And I actually should be doing some more of these, but yeah.
Yep.
All this kind of stuff. Draw all the muscles in. You will absolutely memorize the shapes if you do like 50 of these.
And by the way, we also do teach this in our anime art school. So
Yep.
I basically show you how to break the body down into very simple forms and then adding anatomy on top. And you're going to be doing a bunch of that. So that's what's going to help you improve. And if you do get our school, you can get our 2 books for free.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
With
forgot
a little
about
doodle
this
of your
piece.
OC. Yeah, I love that one.
See, here's Miki, Abby, and Miko. This was actually a really long time ago now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Amila? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, you could totally do 1,000 faces and bodies. That's even better.
Yep. Would that work with hands as well? Yeah.
Yep. We'll just basically draw anything, like 100,000 times.
Dang, I did this.
Thank you, Dahlia.
When was this?
This was
last year.
Last year,
Like,
really?
September or August or something?
Probably. Feels like it. Well, it's definitely before we moved out.
Yeah. Miki's adorable here.
I love it.
She's on her PlayStation Portable.
Just sat there, a person trying and failing to scam me and adopting me. What? Swag?
What the?
That's weird.
The hell?
Hey, gotcha sheep! Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
Trying and failing to scam me in Adopt Me. Oh, is that like a game or something?
Oh, in adopting. Oh, okay, it's like Roblox, right?
How did it take you from planning to drawing? What, this one here? That I was just, come on, face. Come on.
Face.
Bro. There we go. It's so annoying sometimes. This one, I don't know. It went through a number of iterations. I'll start with a really, really simple sketch. I don't actually think I even have that simple sketch on my iPad. No, I don't.
Funny.
But I'll usually start with a really, really, really simple sketch, like what I was showing you here.
That's really nice.
This, it looked almost exactly the same as this.
Make sure no one sees your password next time.
Oh, I don't care. It's just my iPad unlock. No, nothing. I don't have it, unfortunately. But I can do a really rough sketch like this.
I
And
do
then
the same thing with
it
bodies.
stays essentially the same the whole time. It
Yeah.
doesn't really change.
And whenever I draw bodies, like really simply, just to get something going with a story, I'll do like 2 boxes or kind of 2 like little squares and make them evenly sized. I'm drawing at an angle, so. And then I'll make sure that my upper body is about the same length as the lower body. And I'll just like draw like little sticks for the gesture. And just
Yeah.
make sure that my proportion is right. Wow, that's really wide looking. But after that, once I have it, then I'm like, okay, let's fill it in more.
For face studies, do you suggest practicing with real people or in a style you like? That a lot of the time really depends on your goals. What do you want to do? You want to do professionally? Do you want to do? Are you pretty much exclusively just going to stay to anime? Because like, anime is a derivative of the real world. So if you study the real world and then you go into anime, you're going to have a much easier time. Like professionally, I did this kind of stuff for years.
Ooh,
like,
nice Artemis.
professionally speaking, this is the kind of stuff I did for work, like realistic work like this. So this is like artwork that I did a long time ago, a couple years ago, and this is the type of stuff I did professionally. I didn't do any anime style stuff, and then only recently have I actually started drawing anime stuff. Like I'll do some colorful environments like this.
Wow, look at Artemis's homework for week 1.
Oh wow, that's great.
This is the homework that you do for anime art school.
Yup, these are Artemis from Artemis.
Drawing
here.
skulls. Yep. Here, you can hold it.
Look at all those.
Yep.
That's awesome. Lots of good practice.
Yeah.
Very nice work, Artemis. Is there?
It's just that one.
That's awesome.
Took like 9 hours. Hey, that's pretty good.
That's 9 good hours of
9 is
practice.
good. 9 good hours of practice, and it looks like you really tried hard on it. Nice.
But I never really did anime. So when I started doing anime, I already knew how to draw in 3D. I already knew realistic head proportions. I already knew figure drawing. I already knew all that kind of stuff. And so when I started anime, this was the first one. This was number 1. And I really struggled on it. And then that was number 2. And these are from reference, by the way. And this was number 3.
So YBG, yes, our Discord is on our profile. You can go and get that.
Number 4. Number 5, this one was from Imagination. That was Miki. But you can see that I had been drawing in 3D for years. Like, I worked professionally as an artist for like 5-6 years before I started this. So if I wanted to draw in 3D, I could do that.
Well, he's already, once you know how to draw in 3D, you can basically just draw anything within a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah. So like, if I want to draw a head, like let's say I just want to turn this into a head, all I really have to do is find my center line on my circle.
Wow.
Well.
Oh, that's perfect. He's like, wow.
Right? There's my head.
Yes, we are both teachers, Onyx.
And my ear.
Yep.
And like, it's a little bit lopsided, but again, because I know how to draw in 3D, I can just fix it, right? I can fix it as time goes on and just be like, it's a little bit weird on the back.
He makes it look so easy. I know, he does.
Like that. But the thing is, like, you have a much more difficult time if you're just doing this, right? If you practice, and I'm not saying you shouldn't practice this way, it's just not as fast. If all you're really doing is this.
So Futures, we do have an anime art school, which is a pre-recorded class. But we also do live classes as well. We are currently doing one, and it's about 10 weeks long. But we will be opening up more live classes in the future. And Kiami, we don't really do animation, but if you want to do like traditional 2D animation, you would still need to learn how to draw. So we can teach you how to draw, but not much on animating.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about animation, I have a good friend of mine who runs a channel on YT. I will write it down. His name is RJ Animations 2. That's his YT channel.
And if you want to check out our website, it's drawanime.com.
Yep. And then if you want to check out our website, the big school and everything, where you learn how to draw, all the stuff that I'm talking about, we teach it. I don't teach all of it. Christina teaches most of it, but I do the perspective and backgrounds and painting and stuff.
Still very good amount.
You can check out our site. It's simple.
Draw anime.
That's our site. You can go check out our school there. You can see previews of all the classes and everything. If you want to learn more about this stuff, if your dream is to make your own webcomic or manga, all that kind of stuff. Repeating what Christina literally just said. Yep.
Yep. But you also get these 2 books for free.
Yep.
And
These are our books, by the way.
Yes.
So if you're new here, we have published 2 how to draw books. Here's how to draw characters, and here's how to draw manga. Volume 1 is this one, and Volume 2 is this one right here.
And to make it more personal, I will draw a little doodle of your OC.
Yep.
In the book. So.
Like right here.
Yep. So let us know.
Ooh, you know what would be great?
What? Oh, like draw a little doodle on here? Oh, like a little sample? Oh, that's cute. Are y'all still offering the paid critique sessions?
Yes.
Yes. You gotta, you can DM us and ask us.
Yeah, you can DM us about it. We don't have a site up for it. But yeah. Oh, that's crits. Yeah, you just DM me. Yeah. Is it free or should I pay subscription? It's not a subscription. It's actually a one-time payment.
Yep.
So you get the school, you have it forever. And here you go.
So yeah, definitely let us know that if you do get the anime art school, let us know so that we can do that whole thing.
And if you want to learn about that school, you can see preview videos of it. You can download the syllabus. You can see images of all the different demos that are done. You can check it out here. How much? $4.97.
Yep. So
it's basically a complete college. It's got 7 different classes. And you get like complete, is this school for all ages? Yes. We recommend at least 13. But yeah, it's for all ages. No, and it's $4.97. It's a 1-year program.
It's also self-paced, so.
Yep. There it is. But we do come here to teach every single week.
What time? This is self-paced, so you basically start whenever you want.
Yeah, it's self-paced.
It's a pre-recorded class.
Yep, so you can watch it whenever you want. You can rewatch videos as many times as you want. Yeah, there you go. Whole program. So if you're interested in becoming a professional, the before and after of your students. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
We
yeah.
haven't even updated that in like a year or two either.
You should see what our current students are like.
Yeah,
with
you
their
should see
work.
Dahlia's
Yeah, you should
improvement.
see Dahlia's for sure. And just a lot of people. It's just amazing. We actually want to update our landing page later.
So what most people do is they just go and they do this and they go times 100. And then they can't figure out why they can't draw a head like this.
I know.
Or, like, you have to start thinking in 3D, right? So three-dimensional thinking, like thinking in terms of 3D and rotating objects
Welcome back, Beta.
and flipping them around in your head.
I drew a bunch of eyes. Why can't I draw a hand?
Yeah.
I know, Fox.
I mean, it's not like nobody, like, a lot of people don't learn about this, so it's hard to, like, know that, right? And so if you want to draw heads at different angles, you can always just start with a circle and you pick a point, maybe a center point.
Ooh, awesome, Beta. And Onyx, this Anime Art School is an online program.
You know, there's a head that's a little bit turned, and you can put the neck. Like that, a little bit thick.
Oh my gosh, Gotcha, you weren't there when we started our face cam? We started it like, I think our first 12-hour stream, was it December?
Oh, that was before
or way
December.
Before December, yeah.
Right, you can make the head a little bit more turned.
Yeah.
So what I
Thanks,
do
Anime.
is I draw a circle and then I pick the center point. Is it here? How rotated is it, right? Is my center point right here?
Ashley says, I have trouble with eyes and the distance between them. It's either too far apart or too close.
I had a lot of trouble with that. Eventually, the more you do, the better you'll get at it. Just experiment. If you do like 100 heads, just use like 50 of them to experiment. So, you know, tilt the head just a little bit further away, maybe here. Draw your circle. It's turned. Line down. Oops.
Hey, Cat.
Hey, Cat. How's it going? So, a little bit more turned now. I keep drawing out of frame.
That's what happens to me all the time. That's why, like, sometimes I'll have, like, a very specific way of where I want my iPad to be. And then when it's not in the usual place, I'll be just drawing out of frame all the time. Because I'm not used to it. But that happens a lot for me.
See, turned a little bit more. And so again, you just start with a circle, you pick a center point, and then, you know.
You want to draw some eyes on those faces just to show you
Start with
how.
a circle, yep. What I like to do is I like to map it out with plus signs. So I'll just do that, right? Start with a plus sign. Just go, what's the orientation? Is it that? Is it that? Is it that? And then now that I have this circle, I just wrap it around the ball this way and this way. And there's the orientation of my head. And now all I do is just draw a straight line out. I'm not very good at drawing this angle.
It's really hard to do that angle because
So it
things
kinda
like
looks
pop
like-
up and make a tutorial on mouths and lips. Yeah, maybe I'll do that sometime. Actually, I could put that on the list for future YT videos. So yeah, good thing, good thinking.
See, I would do like 100 like this. If I find that I have trouble with this, I would just do like 100 of them.
So they said last class. Not no says question. Sorry, I keep interrupting. It's okay. The last class is February 5th. When is the next? Our last class started February 8th.
Yeah, that's for the live classes.
That's for the live class.
So we haven't actually announced the next round of live classes yet. We've actually been moving the last couple weeks, so we haven't been scheduling any new live classes. But I would expect the next live classes to start in, I don't know, maybe a couple of months. It could be sooner, but the Anime Art School, the recorded version is always available. And if you do want feedback, we actually have a feedback program where you can purchase feedback. So the only thing that's live right now is the feedback program, but we don't actually have any live class signups right now. Our class is completely full, and they're on week 5?
Yeah, we're on
week 6 right now.
6 now, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing week 6 this week.
If I want to draw eyes on this head, what I like to do is I'll honestly map out the top to the bottom, and it depends on what style you want to do. But I'll map out the top to the bottom.
Question, do I have to be in there? What if I have work or miss the class?
If it's the live class and you can't be there, you can watch the replay. As long as you turn in homework, you'll still get a
Critique.
Mm-hmm. There we go. You know, and then it depends on your eye shape as well.
How would you draw kids? Mine keep looking like adults rather than kids. Shorten the jaw a lot.
Yeah, this is a kid.
This is a kid. So the longer your face looks in the drawing, the more adult it'll look. But the rounder and shorter the face is, it'll look more like a kid. So that's what I would do.
I'm gonna do different eyebrows. Was this a Gabby?
Yeah, it's like an Abby. Demonic says, I love that your advice is always show example, gives you a book to read, now do it 1,000 times.
That's honestly,
literally it.
That's it.
Literally all it is. Do I
There's-
get an A+? Well, I don't grade, but I will say you do a good work as long as you try your hardest.
Yeah. If you want to do like a longer face or something, you could go. All you do is find the center of that circle and you pull it down more. So instead of the chin being like right here, which is where I've been putting it, I would just pull it down further, like here. And then you can just kind of.
You know, I heard something that could help with practice, but it's more about like, oh, that's a nice looking head.
It's kind of alien brain.
Yeah, it's kind of alien brain, but I like it. So it's not necessarily about like how much or how long can you do it consistently. It's about how fast you can get back to it, because everybody will fall off when it comes to practice. Like, let's say you did the 1,000 head challenge and you only made it to head 2 and you're like, I give up. That's okay. I think what matters more isn't about like, oh, how long you can go until you give up. It's more about you gave up the first time, now let's go back and do it again, you know, or continue. So as long as you continue, you'll finish that 1,000 heads for sure. Aw, thanks, Onyx.
You know, you could do something like this. I don't really draw guys very often, so I'm not.
Just sharpen the jaw.
I'm not super intimately familiar with this.
Yeah, that looks
shape.
like a guy now. There we go.
I know they have sharper jaws. We'll make the ear a little bit more realistic size.
Yeah. Now make that Jake, and then everybody will love you.
I don't know what Jake's hair looks like.
Oh, it's
Spiky-ish.
kind of spiky-ish. Here.
I draw Mickey fan art. Yeah.
Ooh.
See, like, and this is the thing. If I fail on this guy's head, there's a couple things that I know. Number one, guys' mouths tend to be wider.
Yeah, they do.
If this was a girl, the mouth would. It's like. And again,
Aesthetic.
not all girls are the same, not all guys are the same. But generally speaking, if this was a girl, I might make the mouth shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's a guy, I made it longer.
Yep.
If this was a girl, I would probably make this more like that.
Yep.
But since it's a guy, I'm making it a little bit more angular. If this was a girl, I might make this a little bit more curved rather than sharp. But since it's a guy, I'm making a little bit more angular.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, with the hair.
Onyx has a question.
Yeah.
It says, "Can you guys pose for me to draw you guys? Make a funny pose or something."
Oh, there's a lot of different people in the server with art with pictures of us.
Here's our pose.
Here's our pose.
Fusion. Love fusion. I don't know. Anyways, here's Jake's hair.
I don't know what it is.
Since joining up to the Discord and doing the challenges, my art has already improved in a short time. Nice, Subcan Kid. I really like your art, by the way. It's super nice. I really like it.
Oh, yeah.
I really like it. For animation, do I have to draw the same pose but different angles and move it a little?
I'm not sure. I'm not actually an animator.
I'm not an animator. You can look at like animation tutorials, like keyframes and stuff, and how people like to transition. Oh, that looks nice. Guys, this is Jake. Don't forget his eyebrow scar.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Wow. Colton drawing Jake
Colton drawing Jake. This is a rarity.
in this day and age, in this economy.
in this
It
economy.
must be because of the economy.
I think so.
There you go. There's my version of Jake.
Let's write his name down so people will be like, who is he? Who is he? Now it's Jake.
There's a guy at the furniture store named Jake.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, and he kind of has a Jake personality.
Didn't
in
Miki
some
give
ways.
him that eyebrow slit canonically? Yes.
Yes, he
She
did.
hit him with a stick when he was when they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this doesn't look too bad.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
But even if it did look bad, I don't really care because the point of me drawing this is not to make the drawing look good, but to just get the reps in.
Wait a second. I had an idea for Jake.
How do we, what would the neck
If
be
Jake
like
was
right
in the
here?
Harry Potter universe, Miki would be the Voldemort. Anytime Voldemort comes up, his scar will hurt.
Yeah. Is that a neck that works?
Should I draw him with hair? Only if you want to. There's definitely people who have drawn him with wigs. He's very customizable.
There's Jake. Are you happy now, Fox?
Jake from State Farm. Actually, you know the story. His name actually used to be Zach. But then
Oh, nobody knows this.
nobody
do they?
knows this lore. So his name used to be Zach, or Zachary, whichever one it is. And then when we showed it to his childhood friends, like I think Michael was like, "Oh, Jake from State Farm," and we're like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna name him Jake." So, yeah.
I don't know what this part looks like. Is it kind of just
Yeah, just like that kind of.
Maybe like that?
Yeah, like that.
Zachary?
Yeah.
I love that if it shows examples, gives you book to read, do it 1,000 times. Hey, that's how I learned.
Legal name change.
I think
yeah.
it works really well. Legal name change with the lore drop.
Well,
Yeah,
you
the
know
more
when-
streams you come to, the more lore you get.
It's funny because when I was doing the Heads and Faces course and I was drawing now I forgot the other guy's name. Drawing one of the characters in there, I would accidentally call him Zach because I would mix the two up, and I'm like, oh wait, we haven't changed his name.
Heads
back.
and Faces course. That
Yes.
was meet. What was the girl's name?
Cat
Kat and.
Nate,
No, I don't think so. Kat and.
Jack and Cat. Yeah, Jack.
Jack?
Yeah,
Okay.
I named Jack.
Yeah.
And then I kept getting him mixed up. But anyway,
There you go. But that's how I would do it. So like any angle, any different angle that I would do here, like this, I would just change. I would really change it up. Like I would make this longer. How would I even do that? So if I erased this and turned it into like the Jake head type, what I would really do is this would have to be a lot longer.
mm-hmm.
This would probably not get very much. You'd get this.
You actually have to make this a lot shorter. I noticed that with
shorter?
like this, bring that up to the
Oh, yeah?
circle, because what I noticed with like jaw lines like that is, it appears the jaw happens a lot sooner. Yeah, yeah, like more like that.
See, I never draw this angle. So if I were to learn this angle, I draw it like 50 times.
Yep.
And by the time I'm done with the 50, like you'll notice, I really, really wanted to get good at drawing Miki. So I drew Miki a whole bunch of times. I probably drew her 100 times out of all these heads. So I'm just drawing her over and over and over. And so if I want to learn how to draw guys, like I barely drew guys so far on these. Here's Jake again. Like a kid version of Jake. I actually started drawing guys a little bit. You can see here's some of the guys' heads that I did. And I'm like
Fantastic.
messing and doing weird proportions in order to experiment. More guys, experimenting. There's Miki again.
I'm glad that the tutorial helped you master magic. Sucks
More
that
guy
you didn't delete
heads.
Procreate though.
Here's Victor.
Yeah, Victor. I love
And so like, if I wanted to learn how to draw guys, I'd draw 500 guys' heads and look at a bunch of references and really take notes like, how far is the nose from here? Like, I noticed when drawing guys, I would get a line right here a lot of the time.
cheekbone.
I would get a line right here a lot of the time. I would get lines under the eyes right here. He doesn't have them, but this guy does. Like lines right here. I would notice that this brow ridge is really, really smushed. I would notice I'd actually get two bumps. There's one right here for the cheekbone, and then there's one right here for the ball of the mouth.
Yep.
And so as you draw people over and over and over and over, you'll get that repetition in of, oh, so this is what guys like that are like this look like. See, this is the guy from Chainsaw Man. I don't remember his name.
Is that the old guy that was training Power?
Yeah,
and
Denji.
Denji?
Genji? I don't remember his name.
Denji? Is it Denji?
Like, I study that, right? And I'm taking all of that knowledge, like, here's this cheekbone right here. right? This line right here is this right here.
That's when you know the skull.
You get that bottom part right here. This line right here is just the skin right here. Look, this brow ridge, this is a male skull. So you see that little protrusion right here? I think that's called the glabella. Like this area right here, I'm not sure exactly. I didn't learn the names of the skull parts.
Lovey says, can we see number 1 head compared to the most recent?
Yeah.
Well, you've drawn a lot of on and off.
My first head, was this one. This was like my first one of the 1,000 heads. Now I had drawn anime in the past, like for fun.
You should see his DeviantArt.
But this was the challenge. Yeah, you can find stuff on my DeviantArt all the way back to like 2013.
Yeah.
And this was a copy from an image, so you can see I don't really know what's going on in the hair, but I'm still constructing. Here's that circle. Here's the center line of the face. I'm constructing all of them.
It's not a bad looking head.
And then the most recent one, I don't remember, maybe this one, but this is a guy, so
then the most recent
I only
girl
started
face.
the most recent girl face, like maybe like Ray right here. This one's from Imagination. Here's more. There's one.
That one's so heckin'
163.
cute.
I actually have 200 of them done.
Hi, Miley. Miley. That's right. That's your.
Well, this is that one meme.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Futures ask. I use IBIS Paint, but is it okay if I use layers? For example, if I get my mistake. Oh yeah. I mean.
Sure.
Sure. I use layers all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a rule to say no layers. I mean, unless you're doing it as a challenge.
Could you think you could make a YouTube video on guys? I don't feel like I'm good enough at guys to make a video on it.
I could probably make one. It just won't be the end all be all of anime guy videos. But yeah, I can make one.
Yeah. Well, these right here are like, these ones here. These are hardly anime guys.
Yeah, they're not.
Like,
anime guys.
These are much more realistic head proportions.
More
You
like
can actually
stylized,
see.
you know?
Was it up here? No. No, I actually haven't saved it to my iPad yet. I have a whole nother set of 25 that I never saved.
Oh. Well, you want to finish your coffee?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we kind of went on a tangent with drawing heads and stuff, so
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to cover that many topics now. Let me see how many topics are left. We did talk about eyes and nose a little bit.
What? I hope that was helpful.
I think it was very helpful.
What animes do you think are influencing your styles the most? You know, that's a really good question. Style, as you get better, as you learn foundation, style is actually something that you can directly influence based on what you study. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm actually kind of running an experiment. I don't really focus that much on style. I kind of just draw. Was that Meisel's character, top left? Which one? This iPad?
That one?
Up here? No, this is Miki. This is Tofungus' character, Anjin. These are actually all Tofungus' characters. This one, that one. I think I only actually did 3.
I love Abby with the cap. It's so
You
good.
like Abby with the
that
hat?
should
Yeah.
be canon. Yeah.
Tozosi, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was Tozosi. I told her I'd draw some of her characters.
Now you just gotta draw dinghies.
Yep, Dingies is gonna come up.
How long is it taking you for you to be satisfied with your art style or your art in general? This is a question for you both. I'm a young artist and I'm still learning.
I'm not really satisfied with it.
Me neither.
Like, I'm not unhappy.
Yeah.
I'm just always wanting to improve.
Yeah.
You know, your point of view always gets further. So as you get better, you can always see room for improvement. But there's times like where you're just like, yeah, it's decent.
It's decent.
Like I look at my anime drawings and I'm just like, yeah, it works. It doesn't feel wonky. It doesn't feel, you know, out of proportion too much. But like obviously I still want to get better. Like I'm not going to say I'm never satisfied with my art in any way. Like I was pretty happy with how the line work turned out in this one.
It's like you may not be where you want to be ultimately, but you can still appreciate where you are right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I appreciate how I did the lines on this one, and I like it.
I was pretty happy with this one.
Yeah.
I thought this one was kind of fun.
I like that one too. It's my baby.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that I actually kind of liked how they turned out quite a bit.
Same for me. Whenever I draw something I like, I look back at it at least a bit later, and I'm like, I don't like this, and then I try changing my art or improving. I'm glad people relate to it. But just to let you guys know, you guys are amazing with art, and you inspire me. Thank you,
Thank you.
Basma.
Really appreciate it.
You know, I found art from 2020, and thinking like back then I was like, oh yeah, this is a nice sketch, and then now looking back, I'm like, what the heck was I thinking about? I don't know what I was on. But you know, that's
Oh yeah, I remember
encouraging.
those. Do you have those here? No, they're still at the place.
No, they're still at the place, but I think I took a picture of it a long time ago, so
Did you?
I need to find it.
Okay. Do you guys like digital or traditional drawing more? More. I have more experience in digital just because that's what I did professionally for so long.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Here's art.
So-
Here's old art of Christina's from a couple years ago. You'll still like it.
You'll still like it, but I'm like, why did I make her eyes so low? Like, I should just like move it up a little bit more. But I didn't know at the time. I was like, I thought this was completely normal to me back then. And when I looked at it again, I'm just like, what the heck? What the hell? I don't know. But yeah, that was Ray in 2020. So yeah, and I was still trying to figure out her hair back then too. I couldn't get the wolf cut down at the time.
Do you think we should learn anatomy, perspective, etc. first, and then art style? Your art style is going to develop naturally based on your interests. So based on what you prefer drawing is going to naturally influence your art style. If you naturally like really colorful stuff, if you have favorite artists that you study, it's going to... oh look, Fox, someone for you to mute. It's going to naturally develop.
Someone for you to mute.
Yep.
Aw, thanks, guys. Y'all help me wanting to keep improving and have really helped me wrap my mind around things.
For 5
Plus, with
seconds.
recommendations. Yay!
5 seconds.
Free TikTok coins link in bio. That's so funny. I love muting. She's got the little hammer.
You'll need to do the whole life.
Do you think it's time to do some watercolor? I know that we didn't really go through all the topics, but I think that we covered a good amount. I feel like we should do a watercolor.
Y'all know who this girl is? Maddie?
Madison.
Madison.
It's Tira's cousin that idolizes her a lot.
Yeah.
She's like following her. She's like my grandma.
Yeah, this
watching
is
her TikToks.
this is Tira's cousin.
I love her. I want you to draw her more.
And these are studies. So these are just drawings that I did from observation, and yeah. That one is to. That one's.
That one's also a study, I think.
I don't think that one's actually a
That
study.
one looks like a cute OC. That one looks like a drawing
There's
academy
Miki.
OC.
There's Miko. Not a study. This one's not a study. That one's not a study. None of these are studies.
Could you give tips on how to go from intermediate to pro? I need to improve, but I don't know how.
If you want to go from intermediate to pro, it's all about foundation. Professionals have a professionally refined set of skills. It's like a cook versus a chef. It's like your ability to work professionally in a kitchen, and not basically make mistakes. If you want to go from intermediate to pro, first it takes a lot of practice, but secondly, you need professional training.
Yeah.
That's kind of just how it is. Every once in a long while, people without professional training who just draw a lot can get there. What was his name? Kekai Kotaki. He's a really famous concept artist from back in the day. He never really had professional training, but it's few and far between. Your best bet is to take pro classes. That's actually why we built Animate Art School, is because we teach professional level classes and we wanted it to be affordable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah! Affordable art classes.
Is that your art style? Yeah, this is my stuff.
I love it.
I like this
I
one.
like that one a lot. That could be like a Reiki design, honestly. Nobody's thought of Reiki yet.
Y'all don't even know. Y'all have never even heard of Reiki. Reiki is a Miki plus Ray fusion. Mm-hmm. Thank you. We love affordable quality.
We love affordable learning. That sounds like an advertisement.
Y'all want to see the cursed thing ever? This is supposed to be Miki. Can you believe this?
We should just draw upside down for a while.
Y'all want to see an upside down drawing stream sometime?
Reiki, yeah, new idea. Mm-hmm. Ultimate fusion, no.
So I drew this upside down. It was my first time trying that. See, this is a study. Who's this again? This is from Honkai, I think.
I don't remember who that is.
I don't remember.
Gem, trying to be a regular, nice. I think at this point, if you are trying, you're basically a regular. Didn't you draw that on a stream?
Herta? Maybe it is.
I don't know. maybe.
Send me a picture, Fox, and I'll tell you if that's her or not. But anyways, I really need to save that next set.
Firefly from Honkai Star Rail? Maybe
I'm
it could be Firefly.
I'm
I love
actually
this
pretty
one, too.
happy with the line work on this one.
I really love the line work on that one. That one's heckin' cute.
Yeah.
also
Grab
stunning.
those 3 books up there, at the top on the top shelf.
Okay.
So
Is it
if
the
you
one
want to
that's
see the sort of stuff that I do to learn and get better,
These ones, right?
yeah. I'll go out and buy books like this. You can actually see TB Choi's work right here. It's very recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Sketching from the Imagination. These are big, thick books. Here's another one. And here's another one. So if I want to get better at drawing and I need something to study, it's not going to come from my head. It's going to involve a lot of work. Like, is that?
Why I can have access in Discord? Do you mean why you can't have it, or are you struggling to find it? If you're struggling to find it, you can just DM us, and Colton will send you the Discord link.
You probably got into the Discord. Oh, here's Miko Kuz.
If you got into the Discord and you can't access the channels, you got to go and verify. So you'll see a little verify with green, and you just press a little check mark.
Yep.
Do you guys have any tips on making drawings neater? I find myself sometimes satisfied with my art, but once I flip the canvas, it just looks like I drew it all with my opposite hand.
Look at that. That's my kind of art.
Honestly, yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So if I wanted to learn animal drawing, what I would do, first off, I'd probably study Terrell Whitlatch's classes. This is really good stuff. I would look at these. I'd go, what kind of shapes does this guy use?
What's the expression that they use?
like
How do they
this
switch their faces and stuff?
That would be a really great piece to do a study off of. Like, I would just look at something like this, and I would break it down. I'd go, wow, this is kind of like one whole swoop right here, and you got this kind of bean shape. What?
Basma, if you want to have neater drawings, I'd say a lot of the time you'll just have to draw a lot. It'll become a lot neater once you have more confident lines. So once again, just draw a lot. And if you struggle with drawing, like if you flip in the canvas and then it all looks messed up, that's okay. What I do is I'll flip the canvas just to check if everything looks pretty good. And then if it doesn't, then I'll fix it while it's flipped, and then I'll flip it back again and just double check. That's what I do.
This is really
hey, Vixania. Still love your Cole art with Miki. It makes me smile all the time.
See, I'll do studies of this kind of thing, and I'll really
How cute.
like I'll look at this and I'll really pay attention. What shapes? Like, I noticed. I almost tried to zoom in on this. See this curve? And then it ends in kind of a point, like a sharper point right here. And so I can go look at that, and I can bring this curve
You might need to move it over a bit.
down here, and I end it in kind of a sharper point. Right?
Yeah. Did you guys study anatomy? Yes, we both did study anatomy.
And then I'll go, oh, that's kind of interesting. So we got this ear here.
This pen is the Apple Pencil Pro, if you're talking about the actual stylus. But if you want the brush, you can actually get it in our profile. It's for free. And Gotcha Sheep asks, what are y'all's 3 fave OCs?
Miki, Abby.
Mickey, Abby.
Maybe June or Ray.
Oh, thank you for saying Ray. Mine's obviously Ray. I would say Ray, Miki, and Abby. But I also really like Miko. I like all of them. I can't say.
You know, I would study like this, and I'm studying it to look at the shapes. Like here, I see this kind of cheekbone right here, and I don't really have that very well. So I'll go, and I'll bring that in, like that.
How long did it take to study anatomy?
It's an ongoing process.
Ongoing process. I've been studying anatomy and still drawing it for many years at this point.
Straight.
Like, it's 2025 now, like almost 6 years. But it's more like the more you draw it, the more you're still practicing and studying it. So, and I teach it, so I have to study it. Oh, how fun.
And so you basically got this shape around here, and this is kind of all filled in with dark.
And it's all wrapping around a line.
And of course, I'm drawing this dimensionally. I'm not copying the lines. I'm copying it and I'm observing it, but I'm drawing in 3D. Like, I can feel the volume of this as it wraps around. Like, I'm not copying the shapes, I'm observing the volumes. Like, right here, S curve. On the front of the leg, that's an S curve. So I'll go in here, and I'll go S curve. And then I see that he uses a C curve on the back, but the apex is towards the top. So a C curve on the back, but the apex is towards the top. So his apex is right here, just like that. And then I see this foot, he uses another C curve on the top, but the apex is like right there.
Hi, Dahlia. And this is how you study different styles too.
Yep. And so I do that. And like I'm studying his art, but I'm not copying the shapes. I'm trying to figure out what decisions is he making.
I like this. This is fun.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
and
really
stepping
good
into
work.
the elevator one morning, I happened to meet this pair, a big angry man and his cheerful little dog. That's a story right there.
Yep.
I love it. Actually, there was a guy that came over and they were talking about lights, and I thought that he had a really interesting face shape, so I actually doodled him on my phone. I never showed it, but I might as well show it on here.
Sure.
He had a really interesting look, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna draw that shape language of the guy's head.
His head kind of looked like a thumb.
It kind of did,
Like
but it was really cool.
He kind of had like a neck that was like the same size as his head.
Pocahontas had a pug? No, it's a pug from a book
Yep.
that someone drew.
Yeah, this artist in this book, it's this book called Sketching from the Imagination. And what I'll do is I'll go through it and I'll just study people. Like, this is pretty cool stuff.
Ooh, let me see that one. Hold up.
I don't know, what was it? Ooh, that's nice stuff. Reminds you of Dina's artwork.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a ray.
And they have very different styles in art and stuff. And I'll just look at their line work and I'll figure out what decisions they're making. So this guy right here, what's his name? Jacob Vippen. Right? He draws a bunch of animals and stuff. So if I wanted to learn animal drawing, if I wanted to learn creature art, I would go through and I would look at a bunch of stuff like this. And I would also study animal anatomy. And then I go through and do this. I do like 50 or 100 of these.
And Ann Baker asked, in your class, do you go into more depth on how to do a study?
I do. Let me think. I do have a section on studies. Let me think. It would be in the painting class.
That was very
Yeah, I do go into more depth on studies.
I go into depth on studies with how to study anatomy and how to study like study from references. So if that helps a bit with that. Is that pig the fibber? He was my childhood. No, I think this is just a pug that an artist drew and he's studying it.
Yep.
It's so cute.
See, my proportions are kind of off from his, but I learned a lot from it. And then I'd just go, one, and then I'd move on to the next one, and I'd do probably 50 of them. And like the whole time I'm breaking down, like I notice this brow ridge on this dog is really this nice M curve, and I would pay attention to all these curves. Here's a little bit of a curve there, there's a curve there, and you can tell based on the drawing, he's really feeling these volumes. And then after I do maybe 50 of them, I'd start trying to do my own, and I would start with these volumes and stuff, and I'd connect them together.
Oh, there is a pug in Pocahontas. I didn't know that. Its name's Percy. Hmm. Fun. Now I know. Maybe find my iPad later. Oh, that's fun.
You know what, I'd do various stuff. Maybe I'd do something like this. And I remember when this guy drew his leg, he made the front an S curve and the back a C curve. So maybe I'll go front as an S curve, back as a C curve, and I do something like that.
Yeah, Percy and the raccoon start as rivals and end up being friends. Oh, that's so cute. That is actually so cute. We actually got a Disney Plus recently, so we're gonna have to watch all the classic Disney movies. So I'm really excited about that. that's fun.
You know, and I'll just do little things like that and just try it. And I'll take different drawings of different stuff and I'll look at them. These are really nice. And I'll just study. And I'll study probably like 5 different artists. I wouldn't just study one artist. 100% I'd study like Aaron Blaise. I'd probably take some of Aaron Blaise's classes. And I'd also probably supplement this with animal drawing classes, because there's no substitute for really learning animal anatomy and stuff. RJ Animations 2
RJ
with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We were just talking about you earlier.
Yep, I was just telling you some people about your channel.
I feel like you do this.
That is fun.
Story.
I would. How you doing, RJ?
Very nice. These are honestly really fun to look at. Very different, unique styles. It just shows you, it's like, even, like, there's just so many varieties and styles, there's no one right way to do it. Very nice.
And I'm always drawing volume. I'm always feeling that 3-dimensional volume.
Wait, make his eyes cross-eyed so he's like looking in different directions, like Chibi.
Huh?
Make his eyes go in different directions like Chibi.
Oh, you mean like... It's huge.
I know.
I'm drawing really small right now.
He is drawing really small. Now he's a goofy bowl thingy.
Paying it forward. Got some super chats the other day. Awesome.
Oh, nice. Offlow is made by a Latvian, French, and Belgian co-production. Oh, interesting. I've never seen it. Can you guys teach how to make the anatomy of a female arm? Arm anatomy is the same for both guys and girls. The only difference is that with girls, there's not as much muscle mass, so you can actually make the arms a lot smoother. I don't know if we're going to talk about that today, because we're actually going to do a watercolor in a bit.
Nope.
But we can ask again in another stream. We go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific now. So yeah.
There we go. One person who teaches classes that are really good for this kind of stuff is Wouter Tolp.
Oh, I love that guy's stuff. So.
There you go. I have no idea what kind of animal this is. It's off
Hybrid.
in all kinds of ways. However, like the point was, right, I studied someone's artwork, and then I tried to kind of apply what I learned, and then I'd just move on, and I'd do like 50 of them or whatever. I'd take animal anatomy classes, I'd take all that kind of stuff at the same time, and that's how I would get better at it. Knock off Flying Buffalo from Atla, yeah.
Bye, Till. Pug is so goofy. Yeah.
All right, should we move into Should we move into watercolor stuff?
Yeah, I want to add a little bump because maybe Ray caught her cheating, and that's why she gave her a D.
Or what if she was like...
She's like, ah. She's like, serves you right. That's funny.
There. Oh no, that's the
Oh no, that's the
smile.
Roblox smile.
The Roblox smile. Silly.
That's cute. So, who is here? I know I didn't cover any mermaid tails, unfortunately. Maybe I'll cover that another stream.
There we go. Wow, big Colton stream
Big
today.
cool stream. I loved it.
All right. Whoa, bunch of books.
We have a bunch of books, and we gotta clear this. Oh.
I should start clearing this. All right, so here's this. We got a whole.
We got a lot
heckin'
of. I still
pile of
have to package all the
watercolors.
watercolors. I was thinking of doing that sometime tonight and
Do it.
doing that. I don't know. Is that where all the boxes are to construct the boxes? You know, the white boxes.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll do that. All right. So, where
I
is
need to get my iPad out of here. I need to get this book out of here. We get really messy during
Shattuck?
stream.
Shattuck Paradox? Are
Yes.
you still here? And if you are, send me your OC.
Need to move all these books. Composition book goes here.
Aw, Basma, that's so sweet. They said this is the most underrated stream I've seen. You're actually giving real tips on art and not exactly showing us how to draw something specific, but you're inspiring and giving us helpful tips.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Yeah, obviously, if you've been here for a while or if you've shown up, you can tell that Shattuck Paradox is here.
Awesome. Can you send me your OC?
We focus on foundation, right? My background is in industrial design. Christina went to Art Center. I went to Art Center. We studied perspective, anatomy, figure drawing, color theory, composition, all that kind of stuff. And it really transcends art styles. It's not about, here's how you draw a head. Step 1, draw a circle. Step 2, draw a line. We talk about concepts that are more foundational.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if we were a music channel, we'd be talking, rather than teaching you how to play a song, we'd be teaching you about like music theory. If we had a cooking channel, we wouldn't be showing you how to make a recipe, we'd be teaching you about like the science behind cooking so you could cook without a recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And we do art. So we don't teach you how to draw a particular thing generally. We teach you more of like the underlying principles behind drawing anything you want. So that's our brand. That's what we're always going to do. That's where our passion is.
Yeah.
I don't have an interest in teaching people how to draw
Gojo Satoru.
Gojo. I have an interest in teaching people how to draw their own characters from their imaginations, where their passions are.
Yeah.
And you can tell that we're very passionate about it. So, baking is science for hungry people. Yeah.
It is.
So, and that's never going to change.
Awesome.
We don't really do any fan art. Ooh, that's gorgeous.
That's so fun! This is Shattuck's OC. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much fun doing this one. Oh, I'm so excited.
That is very important,
First.
especially because everyone has their own art style. Yeah,
I got
we want to help you develop your own art styles.
Oh yeah.
How are you guys? I know I missed most of the stream. Hey, Miley. We're doing good. We're just about to start another watercolor.
Yep.
Well, Christina is.
I need to.
Funny enough, I did most of the teaching today, or a good amount of it. Art is one of those things where like you learn foundation, but there's also a whole bunch of little tips. Like, oh, if you want to draw the collar of a shirt, do this. Or if you want to draw the cuff of a sleeve, do this. Or if you want to draw an ear from a back view, do this. Like if you want to draw an ear from a back view, where the heck is a pen? A lot of the time, it'll kind of just look like that. And there's a whole bunch of little tips like that. There's just thousands and thousands of tips that you kind of pick up over time. That's why we take so many classes. But like drawing in 3D, that's never going to change, right? All of this has to do with drawing in 3D. So if you want to put an ear on this, it kind of be like that. So you use the tips in combination with foundation, and it really gives it a professional feel. Mm-hmm. There's lots of like shortcuts and stuff. So we'll teach the tips,
Whoops.
but we'll also teach the foundation. Ooh, fun. I love your teaching, Colton, but dang, does it challenge my brain sometimes? Hey, that's what I'm here for.
I like it when Colton teaches, because it's very different from the way I do it, and I feel like I need to try to also do more like higher level concept stuff. All right.
I think we work well together.
Yeah.
I'm drawing you guys right now. Ooh, awesome.
Oh, have fun. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely awesome looking OC here.
I love this. I love this so much. All right, my kneaded eraser's getting stuck. There we go. Sorry for the loud noises. Where's my pencil? Here
I don't know.
Here it is. I got it.
My pencil.
Yeah, that's your pencil. Sorry.
I like when Colton teaches too. Awesome. Glad you like
It's
it.
like a magical girl.
I love it. Lucky.
Lucky little girl.
Bro, I'm thirsty. I'm dehydrated.
Bro.
I drank some coffee. You need water? I'll bring the bottle.
Yeah, sure. Locked in. Well, now that I'm drawing a little bit more, and drawing feels a little bit more natural. It's weird because I'm so used to drawing every day, and then when I don't draw for like 5 days, it's like your hand doesn't. It's like you don't have any control of your hand. At least that's what it feels like for me.
Yeah.
It's like your brain. Your hand is not coordinating well with your brain.
I don't know if anybody played Dungeons and Dragons, but when you're warmed up, drawing is like you roll with advantage on every line. I'm not kidding. Like, it really feels like that. When you're really warmed up and you know what you're doing, every line you draw, it's just, you nail it. You get the right position.
Yeah.
And you'll notice, like, when I feel very different. Like, or I should say, when you watch me draw versus Christina draw, it feels very different. Christina draws and her lines are just like, perfect line. When I draw, I'm just like...
No,
you know,
it's
like
not.
It's like, it doesn't turn out bad, but Christina's lines are just like really nice. But when I draw, I'm just like, I just kind of like scribble.
Let me think of how to.
I draw a lot like Craig Mullins. Like, he kind of just scribbles.
Well, which is like, that's totally fine.
It's because I'm a painter. Professionally, I worked as a painter for a long time. I'm not actually trained in, not trained, but like, I don't have nearly as much experience drawing with line work as I do painting, so I draw a lot of the time kind of like I paint, which is kind of scribbling. What is the most common perspective used in professional work, 1, 2, 3, or others? Honestly, it really depends.
Depends on the scene.
It really, really depends. If you're doing props, it's mostly 2-point. Props, 2-point. Environments, it could be 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. This is Herta. Yeah, no, yes, that's probably it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
She's
totally
pretty.
the character. Not me getting back to Fox's message like 2 hours late. Yes, that was her. Warmed up drawing is like getting a 20 on every roll. Kind of. I would say, yeah, it's like rolling with advantage, or like a +6 with advantage.
Yeah. I'm gonna draw her winking because she feels like a spunky type.
Watching you guys draw is so satisfying because you can just watch the beautiful creation come together.
Aw,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you. Can I request a book recommendation section on Discord if there isn't one already? That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
I would say for now use resource share, but I wouldn't be against like book recommendations. Might add it sometime.
You know, I need to actually draw a little doodle on our book just to show like what the sketch could look like a doodle
Sure.
that we'll see later on.
Yeah.
So we can actually show it rather than just be like leave it up to the imagination.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I forgot about those earlier. Give me one.
We were thinking of doing fun streams where we draw using all edible materials and then we just eat the drawing at the end of stream. Would that be fun?
I think that'd be really fun. Like drawing with coffee.
Maybe we do like commissions. It's like we'll draw your character and then eat it at the end.
That actually sounds really good.
Like,
That sounds really good.
What do you think of that, chat? Like we have we open commissions where we'll just do a
Pancake art.
drawing and all edible materials, and then we'll just eat it. We'll eat your character. Like, oh my gosh, your character is so cute. I could just eat it up. I paid $30 for that.
I would love to try that actually. Maybe we should just order it. Order the materials.
We could do watercolor with coffee.
Yep. How are we gonna eat that though?
Carefully. What do you mean? How are we gonna
Well,
eat
like,
coffee?
what are we gonna draw it on? Like edible paper?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's like a service.
Yeah, edible paper. My mom did a miniature painting on fondant for a cake once. That's
Ooh,
fun.
fondant. That's cool.
It was all edible. I should probably text Keki.
Keki.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move this down a little bit so I know where I'm drawing.
Oh.
I like her kiwi theme. It at least looks like kiwis to me. It's super cute.
Now that, oh, RJ, are you still there? Are we on in the background for you? I need brain rot.
You do need brain rot, don't you?
You walk in for your physics exam. Ooh, that's fun. Honestly, a lot of fun new people to the community lately.
Yeah.
And regulars.
I think I'm gonna overlap this.
I'll see y'all Friday. Alright, see ya.
Bye.
Character design. Design is based on kiwis.
Okay.
My magical fighter team is based on fruit, fighting against enemies based on
Vegetables?
caffeine.
Oh, caffeine. Oh, that's cool. I was like, fruits versus vegetables? I don't know. That's super cute, though.
What
I
are
love
y'all's
that.
opinions on math and calculus? I have no
respect-
opinion.
I have no
I don't do it at all.
I respect people who like
It's
it.
great. I don't know. I don't need it for daily life or work. Boom, 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 boom. Da, 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 da.
Okay, so it looks like this so far. Welcome back, Tori.
Tori, hello. Welcome to the channel.
Drawing the Academy.
Building a cabinet right now. Oh, that's fun.
Ooh.
You mean like a
IKEA?
yeah, IKEA or something? Wait, stuff maybe. I saw in the Discord server you said something about you might get Anime Art School at some point. They're called Frosted Fruit Fighters, currently developing the story as an RPG. This character's name is Killer Kiwi.
Killer. That's so genius. I love it. I love it.
Evening. Hello, Lewis. We have been live for about 2 hours. Got spooked. My name is also Tori. Funny. Yeah, one of our mods is Tori. Right on time. Oh, awesome.
Maybe I won't do the arm because I feel like her arm's cut off. I don't want that vibe.
Where'd you get that pencil? It's actually my pencil. I've had it since like high school. It's just a drafting pencil. If you look up drafting pencil, you'll find stuff similar to that. It might be like Stapler or something, but I don't know.
I think it probably is. Or, I don't know.
Draftomatic.
Draftomatic?
I think that's what it's called. Did you do drafting? No. It's just a fancy pencil. It doesn't necessarily work any better than other pencils.
Yeah, I just like it because it looks cool. And people ask about it, so.
Yeah, it boosts engagement because people ask about it.
Because it looks special.
Got myself a burger. Nice. It's for the aesthetic, yes. Bow, 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 bow.
Can I add I think I'll add a little bit of ruffle here. Because I want a bit of different texture up here. Hopefully you don't mind that. Shattuck. It's for the aesthetic. Yep. I really need drawing inspiration. The past couple of days I've been wanting to draw, but I have no idea on who to draw. Well, our OCs are perfectly fine for you to draw. Colton would love for you to draw Miki. I would love for you to draw Ray. So, any of our characters is fine. If you don't have any ideas what to do. Or make up a new character, who knows?
Yes, if you want to know what to draw, we actually have weekly and monthly challenges in the Discord server. Mm-hmm. We have 2 moderators who run that, Tofungus and Vio, and they are doing an amazing job. Every single Friday we actually do an art show, so if you do your If you do the challenges, you'll be able to see
Us react to it.
us react to it live on stream. We'll show your work on stream and react to it.
Yes.
Oh, Fox got another one. Tofungus says, join challenges.
Yes.
Yes.
Join the challenges.
I'm just drawing. Where do you send? You can send it to either server fan art or you can send it to Cursed Colton Art. Oh, Tori's here now. What was the keyword?
What? Let me think of how to do her. Think of how to do her other arm.
You can always draw Miki. You can always draw Ray. You can always draw Abby. I don't actually get a lot of Abby fan art.
I like Abby fan art.
I want Abby fan
How about you promote her
art.
instead of promoting Miki all the time?
I have to promote Miki. The Miki art must live on. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back.
I think I will make it.
Oh, coin. Server fan art, yes. Unless it's intentionally ugly, then you post it in Cursed Colton art. And trust me, a lot of people do that. We don't actually. I mean, yeah, we do get some really sweet art.
I like Panda Bear's art is super sweet.
Who is who I want to draw? Abby. Abby is my character. Do I even have reference of her
Yes,
in
you
our
do.
channel?
You do. It's in reference. It's in character references. In fact, I'll actually be making an Anime Academy version of her really soon. I'm kind of in the works on that right now. So I'll be uploading that too.
Oh, I did upload that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Where the heck? Oh, here it is. This is my character, Abby. What's the best? Here she is. So this is my character, Abby. There she is.
She is Miko's friend and Miki's friend, but mostly her and
Yes.
Miko's friendship develops a lot more.
So she is Miko and Miki's childhood friend. This is a drawing I did of her a while back when I designed her. And then you can see she's got like different facial expressions.
I think Onyx wants you to view the art.
Oh yes, I will.
Yeah, that's Abby
There she is again. So yeah, she's Miko and Miki's childhood friend. That's in a channel in the server called
Character references.
yeah, character references. It's towards the top. So if you're interested in drawing her, there's no such thing as ugly art. No, I mean people intentionally make fun of me in their art and draw it silly. That's what I mean by ugly art. I will give you an example. Here's a drawing of me pregnant with baby Chat. There's
and
baby
I'm the
Chat.
one that
And there's me, and I'm crying, and then there's Christina.
Cause I'm like, heh, I did that. I don't know. That's how I interpreted it.
That's what I mean.
It's so funny. Let me think, how does this work? I think it works like this.
All right, let's look. Server fan art. Onyx is where is the curse thing? Oh, if so, what? Then what is the group? Okay, Onyx. If you want, you can send us surrender. What does that even mean? Send us a direct message on TikTok and ask for the invite, and I will send it to you. And then you can join. And I can verify you manually. Otherwise, you can go in and check that green check mark in the verify channel. Baby Chat's first word is Miki. Absolutely.
It's more like head pats.
Can you do it right now? Yep. Just send us a direct message.
Okay. Can I can I add kiwi earrings to her?
Actually, it's head pats.
It's actually head. Yeah.
No, Baby Chat's first word, head
yeah,
pats.
I'm saying that's what I was saying. That's like actually head pats.
Miki.
It's
Mickey Mickey.
Oh, I just found this channel. It's already becoming my comfort channel. I would really like to join the Discord server, but I haven't met the age requirement yet. That's okay.
It's all good. We'll be
It's
here.
all good.
You can always hang out with us on stream. The age requirement is actually a Discord thing. So Discord actually doesn't want any members under 13. It's kind of out of our control.
Yeah.
But you seem pretty chill, so
Yeah.
we can't wait. Hopefully you'll meet it soon.
Yeah.
Where is this at? Here it is. Can I eat your drawing?
Yes. Actually, no, you can't because I have to send this out.
Yeah, this has to get sent to someone. Shining Paradox says sure. I don't know to what.
Oh, to ear kiwi earrings.
Ooh, I love that. Oh, I thought it was 17 plus. No, it's actually 13 plus.
Oh, it's 13 plus, yeah.
So if you're over 13, you can join.
Yippee! So that means you can join.
Yeah, it's such a chill art community. Like, you know, there's the weekly and monthly challenges. There's different events that go on. People hang out and draw together in voice channels. There's a bunch of art share channels. What's one thing y'all would enjoy to have in your art arsenal? You mean like ability-wise or supply-wise? Other than a 90-inch whiteboard? Yeah, it actually got here. It's huge.
It's really big.
It's really big. It's like rolling. It's so large. I was just like, holy crap, this thing's like an entire wall. And I love it. But that's more scheming. I don't really think the whiteboard is for art. It's more just schemes.
Plans. Business notes.
Need a small meaty doodle in the center of the whiteboard. I like your thinking.
I really like the hairstyle of this magical girl character. You don't see this kind of style very often. Post a picture of the blank whiteboard and let the Discord draw on it like their own blank canvas. Honestly, that sounds like a cute idea. Hello, Iomi. I don't know my phone number. Can you manually verify that?
Yeah, I can manually verify you.
So what is your username?
Is it SKX? Is it that one? Or I keep eating these things. I need to stop.
They're pretty addictive.
The cherry flavor is really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you the roll. The phone verification is like a Discord thing that we can enable that helps reduce the amount of bots, but I can always just manually verify. So you should be able to see the server now. Ooh, that's cute. I like that. Very, very, very cute character. I really like it.
Yeah. Oops.
Still working on my anime. Nope, just keep going on it.
I don't know. I wouldn't say If you don't want to give up on that anime, then don't give up on it. Don't let us decide it for you. I don't think it'd be really much in our brand to say, yes, you should give up if people think it looks bad. That would be horrible. Awesome, they just sent it. Nice. Is it in Chris Colton art or is it in server fan art?
Neither one's lit up.
Or is it in general? General? Oh, it's okay. We can look at it.
It's in general. Ooh.
Oh my
Well,
gosh,
that's
that's so nice. I love it.
You can put that in you can put that in Cursed Colton art if you want, or server fan art. Either one. I don't think it's cursed at all. I think it's super nice.
Junior says,
Oh my goodness. Finally, someone drew me as I actually am.
oh.
Yeah, that's great. And then here's Christina.
Yep.
Aww, look how cute.
Oh, that's actually, you drew
That
me
is
so
super
well. What the
cute.
heck?
And then there's me.
That's so cute. I love
That's
it.
great. I love it.
And Junior says, I just looked for you guys on Google and there's another one that's similar to you guys, but found out it's different people. It's probably Anime Art Academy.
Biblically accurate, Colton.
Biblically accurate, Colton, yes.
Yeah, that's probably Anime Art Academy. If you want to find Junior, if you want to find our website, it's just drawanime.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We actually just recently got that domain name, so anytime you want to find us, you can just go to drawanime.com. I knew bro was ripped.
Okay. I wonder if Kekin got his keys.
Maybe. Brr, brr, brr. Hey, Froggy Draws.
Hello.
How do you advance in drawing digitally if you don't know how to use a mouse? Most people who draw digitally don't use a mouse for it. They use like a tablet, like an Intuos or a Cintiq or like an iPad or something like that. I was just saying yesterday that there's a competition in Japan that looks at manga from overseas. That's fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Honestly,
I would try
I would do that.
I would do that. Hopefully they keep holding it.
Use an Apple Pen for digital art mostly. Yeah, Apple Pens are good too. You could do the iPad. You could use, there's like Helion, XP Pen, Wacom, bunch of different types that connect to the PC.
It's crazy how manga has become so popular that even Japan's willing to look at overseas type mangas. That's really cool.
When I go to Draw Anime Academy, it only shows me the login page, and that's it. It should just take you to the landing page for the class.
DrawAnimeAcademy.com or something.
Yeah, it should take you to this right here. You see that? Silent Manga Audition.
That's cool. Silent mangas are always fun.
No, I don't see that strange. Or try this. Try that. Abby's hair is so hard to draw. It is kind of hard to draw.
It's a little bit finicky. I think
Are you
it's
drawing...
I think it's this part. I think it's this part.
Yeah, are you drawing a front view, or are you drawing a side view? Or kind of like a 3/4? Do you have to pay? Pay for what? The school, yes. These streams, no. Well, that's weird. The link from Google just sends me straight to a login page. It might be the extension on the website.
Is that blinds?
Probably. Our blinds keep falling down. We have paper blinds. I'll check it out, Obelius. Art, server fan art. Oh, that doesn't look bad at all.
That is really good.
Yeah, I love that. Aww.
Oh, I love that.
She looks super good.
She does. Obelius, you and your fan art is so sweet.
Aww.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. You did good. Yippee, Abby fan art. Oh, it's been so long. I need to start promoting Abby.
Mm-hmm. But maybe
That's
it's
awesome.
too hard to resist, huh?
Well, that's a completely different Drawmongo website they're talking about. Yeah, the one that I posted in the chat there, that's ours.
Let me think.
So the way to know if it's ours is if you see the girl group at the top. I kind of enjoy drawing Abby more. Don't tell Colton. That's fine. Like, I love it. Abby is like
Great.
great.
I love Abby.
Miki is like the icon, the pop star idol icon. Abby is like
The underrated.
the underrated underdog. She's kind of like a soft Ray.
Yeah, she is like a soft Ray.
Like Ray's like hardcore mommy, and Abby's like soft Ray.
Yeah,
like a little
she's
bit
like
less intense of a mommy.
Yeah.
She's more like the quiet. She's almost like a June.
Like a more aggressive June. She's a more tough June.
Yeah, kind of like a tougher June. Everyone draw to Jake right now. No. Softcore mommy.
Softcore. Yeah.
I love that. Dang, Rat Kings is amazing too.
I know.
Oh, that's nice.
So all this will be colored in green. I'm gonna have to color that in.
Good night, Onyx.
Bye, Onyx.
A less intense mommy is crazy. Gonna head out. Good night, Crits. Have a good one.
Good night, Crits.
Dun, 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 dun. I think Ketsu was here earlier. Are you
Yeah.
still here? Mr. Kevin? Ketsu Kev?
I think I'll color those. I want to title this a different stream.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, this is lined. Yippee. Hey, Good Hunt.
We'll do it on TikTok.
I always saw like mommy type characters as more like seductive.
Yeah.
I think that Ray's actually, I hate to say it, it's kind of like a mix between, she's a more masculine mommy, I should say. But I don't want to say the other one. I don't want to say that the opposite gender one because it embarrasses me. You know what I mean though, right? Doing my yearly paperwork, that's all we gotta do. Nice. Yeah, like, yeah, that's a good one. That's like that.
I'm very see-through today.
You are very see-through.
I ain't doing all that work changing my shirt. Y'all can just see through me for all I care.
Oh, we watched Princess Bride earlier.
Yep, Christina watched Princess Bride for the first time
It
today.
was so good.
The first
It was so cheesy,
time.
but it was the best kind.
It was very good. The coffee's over there.
I would say Haven, like my other character that nobody ever sees. I should post her sometime. Is more of a mommy
Mm-hmm.
because she's more like a sadistic type character.
First time, yep.
Actually, no. I have seen people. I have actually sent a Haven picture. It was that Vogue covered
Yep.
art. Anyways. All right. There's still some pencil, but I think I'm ready.
The first time inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Yep. A Bobby.
Wait a second. Now that your username is Taco Bell, we could just call you Bell.
Yeah, see if you change it back to a dingy. All right.
Welcome back, Belle.
Watercolor.
$5.
You thought I was gonna smack your head, huh?
You usually do.
I do.
You're not allowed to
Taco
smack.
Bell says, Colton, are you free tonight?
I have no life tonight. I'm not sure. I'll have to, my brother, the funny thing is my brother just moved as well, and I might have to help him move in tonight. And no calling me my name. I'm just calling you your username.
Yeah, it's Belle. Do you prep your watercolor paper? No, I don't know what prepping means, but I just go straight in.
I lick it.
I go straight in because I don't care about it. I don't think about it. And if it turns out fine, then it turns out fine. There we go.
Do you let me see if I can change it today? No, I love that name.
I like
Dingy Doodles is great.
I like
though.
Dingy. Dingy is how I will always call you.
Yeah. Dingy's very fun.
Yeah.
I remember when Dingy first got here. I remember when Dingy was getting sassed in the car by her mom as well. Remember?
I remember that. That was funny.
Prepping means wetting the paper.
Not
Right?
always.
I don't know.
I guess.
I
I
don't-
don't always do that.
I can't yet. Then you will be known as Belle until you can. What markers are you going to use? Same ones. It's the Shuttle Art acrylic markers.
Looks like the blinds fell again.
Y'all hear that, chat? Looks like I got more work to do putting back blinds up that fell off the wall. Soaking it for a while and stretching it out to dry, supposed to stop it warping, apparently.
I didn't know that.
Shuttle Art watercolor. No, it's the Shuttle Art acrylic markers. It's really hard to get a darker color.
It really is.
You really have to build it up
I
over
have
time.
to build it up because it's kind of finicky with darker skinned characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want it to look blotchy. You don't want there to be weird. Oh yes, thank you. See,
No
that's
worries.
what I mean.
It's okay, my IRL name is Tofungus. That's awesome.
Yep.
I wish I had a cool name like Tofungus. What? Tofungus' name is actually really cool.
I love that
I will not speak it,
Oh, yeah, I won't say it either.
but it's honestly
It's a
awesome.
lovely name.
It's absolutely awesome.
It's so cool. Because it reminds me of a certain character from a certain show.
Yep.
I wonder if she was named after that. I'm kidding. Although it would be kind of wild if that did happen.
Who bought the anime class OC is super cute. Shattuck Paradox.
Shadow Paradox.
Haunted blinds. Yeah, more like blinds that. If those blinds were a person, they would draw me all the time in cursed Colton art because they hate me.
Oh.
Back from my gym workout. Awesome.
Awesome.
Wait until my comic is done. You will love it. Awesome. Yeah, finish it up.
Yep.
Indeed. Indeed.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Inconceivable. I love that. It's like once I heard the dialogue, I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't meant to be taken seriously, and I loved it. Okay, I think I'm gonna use my acrylic markers for this. Let me see. Alright, I think I'm gonna use a top row and the this one. And this one, I think. No, it's this one.
Let's see if we need any streaks. That one's going, that one's good.
There we go.
By the way, sorry anybody that we have a streak with. I have not been on TikTok at all. I literally just get on to say streak and that's it. I don't watch any videos
bare
or
minimum.
anything. Bare minimum. I just go boop, streak, next message, boop, streak, next message, boop, streak.
Boop, streak. This one doesn't have a little shaker in it. See, look. If I shake it, it doesn't have any color. Or it doesn't have any, like, thingam.
What are you talking about?
Oh, then how, what? I don't understand then.
You smack it.
Smack it.
Shake it before use, close after use, put it flat. Big volume ink, high pigment, water based. Tisk, I changed my mind, I'm on TikTok. What a streak. It's when you message someone every day for a long time. Like many days in a row. Are you gonna post more YT videos? Yes.
Yes.
That was the plan. You want this?
No, I want that black one. The black one?
Was that the goat thing?
Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Y'all should do a tutorial on hands. Hands. Not that video. It's just too memorable.
It is. Perfect.
Newsflash. Everyone's real name is Tofungus.
Sorry, I don't have much space. I feel like this has gotten even more cramped.
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't understand.
What is with this? Why do I feel like I have no space anymore? I really do like breathing room.
Yeah.
This is wild.
I'm just trying to find.
Does this need to go back in the case?
Yeah, I'll put it in here for now.
Someone should mute me for 30 seconds. Are you asking that? Are you saying that? Or I have no room to move my mouse at all?
I'm sorry.
This
just
goes
put it on the floor.
This goes on the bottom.
You know, I will, yeah.
That one goes on the bottom. Apparently our new setup has actually less table room now.
I don't know. Oh, it's because a lot of the time I'll put it on the floor, but then if I put it on the floor, I won't be able to
can't
get out.
anymore.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we have like less space now.
Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe we should just change a different location of our streaming room, but that'll take a lot of effort.
There's no other room.
Yeah. How is that even possible?
If we went to the living room, it would be echo chamber.
It would.
I'll put away some of this stuff. Bro, look at this stack.
Yeah, I know.
Peter Hahn, Dynamic Bible. Honestly, not really a Bible. It's like 50 pages long. I think they went a little overboard on the naming of that one.
Probably.
It's a good book. Don't get me wrong, but that ain't a Bible. Yeah. It's like a very, very thin.
It's more like the manual.
It's like
the manual, not a Bible.
Dynamic mini boot camp.
Yeah.
Like, for real, this book don't even have page numbers. It doesn't.
Weird.
It doesn't have page numbers. I think it's because they're embarrassed how short it is.
Oh.
It's a good book.
It is a good book.
Bible is a stretch. There's that. You don't need this. Acrylic markers.
Ooh, Bosma says I posted the drawing of Abby on my community posts.
Ooh, what is community post?
What does community post mean? Is it on a certain channel? I would love to see it. Is it in general or is it in certain fan art? Colton will have to look at it later because my phone's being occupied.
I guess we don't need this skull right here for now. Needed eraser. There's that. Well, I managed to tidy my space.
Yep.
Michael Hampton is a good book to read for better anatomy, or is there someone else you recommend? I mean, Michael Hampton's book is really good. It's like a very... It's a figure drawing book. So what the point of the book is essentially to give you a general overview of the process of gesture, figure, and anatomy and head construction. I think the book is probably one of the best figure drawing books that covers a lot of stuff. It doesn't go really, really into depth in where the muscles connect to the bones, but it focuses more on the general forms. He color codes stuff. I really like it. I'm sick. I wish I can go to your class when I feel better. I hope you start feeling better.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out here. It's good. I would recommend it. It's one of, in my opinion, the must-haves for figure drawing. There's also this book here. I have kind of mixed feelings on this book.
Which book?
Anatomy for Artists, Drawing Form and Pose by Tom Fox Draws.
Oh.
This book is good. This book right here. Tom Fox Draws. It looks like this. I'll hold it up on this one. This one right here. Anatomy, Form, and Poses. It's pretty good. I find it a little bit difficult. It does go through a lot of stuff. It has a lot of those tips that I was talking about before, like common mistakes, do's and don'ts. He's a very good artist. I think he tends to draw things a little bit complicated. Like, for example, when he breaks down the rib cage, I think it's a very complicated way to break down the rib cage.
I think it's good for professionals.
Yeah, it's a good book. Like, let me look. He tends to break things down and I feel like he just adds too many sides to things. Like, if he's breaking down the skull, I find it very difficult for a beginner to be able to follow something like this right here. This is a very complicated shape to draw for a beginner. So I would really recommend this book as a supplement for like or if you've been studying for a while.
I like the word supplement.
Yeah. It does go into a lot of depth, and it covers pretty much the entire body, which is awesome. Very good artist. But, like, the thing that I like to do is I like to get many, many classes and many, many books, and I'll just go through them over time, and I'll be like, I'll learn something. Like, I took a figure drawing class by Kirk Shinmoto, and he broke down, like, the bent leg cylinder, or he breaks down different things in different ways, and while like most of the stuff in the class is similar, some of it's new that nobody ever talked about. So the stuff that I've never heard anywhere else. So the more experience that you gain, the easier it will be to follow stuff like this. But for an absolute beginner, I find this book very, very difficult.
Like expert level, I guess.
Yeah, this is really high level. This is for people who are like.
What about science anatomy books?
Science anatomy books? Not really. I don't really recommend those that much. Not unless you're not unless you want to become like an anatomy teacher. They're not really made for artists usually, and artists 95% of the time should be focusing on overall figure drawing with basic, like almost no art that you do, that most people do, is going to involve really, really detailed high-level anatomy. Sometimes there might be. So if you take a figure drawing class, everything you learn in that figure drawing class, if it's like 12 weeks, is what you're going to be using 99% of the time. And for anything else, you can look up specific cases. But it depends on what you want to do for a living. If you want to be an anatomy teacher, then yeah, by all means, study anatomy for 10 years. If you just want to be an artist who draws people that look good, you really don't need super complicated anatomy.
Yeah.
Ray-shaped surprise in server fan art.
Who said that?
It says Salem.
Salem?
Let's check it out.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. Obelius. Oh, that's fun.
That's so nice.
Very nice.
Yippee. It's so pretty. Thank you. I'm
good
gonna
night.
save that later.
SoupCon kid, good night.
Bye.
Have a good night.
I wonder how your brother's doing. I love this green. I think this green is perfect. It literally captures the green in the reference perfectly.
Yeah.
Over here too.
As far as anatomy books go, this one's pretty good. I like, actually, it's a little bit complicated at times, but he actually does breakdowns that are really good that I have not seen in other books and classes.
It's not like other books.
And he actually breaks down like stuff that most other people don't break down in the same amount of detail. And here's a really good example. He actually breaks down the scapula in a very detailed way.
I'm just gonna fill this in really quick and then I'll let you do it. There we go.
So like, where is this at exactly? Okay. So for example, here's a breakdown of the scapula, the yoke with the clavicle to scapula.
Oh, I like that.
And so he has the different components of it. He breaks them down into different shapes, like that. He shows it from the front. He shows it from the sides. He has little notes on how and why it works. Again, you're not going to need to go anywhere near this detailed in most cases, but as far as like a reference manual, if you're doing a very specific artwork, it's really quite helpful. But you're only going to need this stuff once you get to like a higher level. For beginners and people who are new, you don't need to go this detailed. You need to focus on the whole figure. And I think this guy has a whole section on heads as well, which is really good. It's a big book. There's a lot of content. I don't remember how much it was, but I went through page by page of probably a good third of this book, drawing every single example. I never ended up finishing it because I got kind of busy, but I'm definitely going to get back to it sometime. What does a reference to the character look like?
Oh.
My
like
YouTube broke missed the name of that book. It's called Anatomy for Artists: Drawing, Form, and Pose with Tom Fox Draws. It's by 3D Total Publishing. What do movie art books teach? They're more of like a coffee table book. You mean like the art of a movie or a game? Those are more coffee table books. They're more just for like entertainment. They don't really teach anything. They just show the production of the art and the different stages of it. When did you start doing TikTok lives? In June 2024. So 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow, it's already been like 10 months. That's crazy.
Wow, 10 months. Wow, that's pretty good, honestly.
And we've been streaming very consistently ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Dahlia.
Welcome back.
If you're interested in other anatomy books, like these are totally overkill if you're a beginner. Stonehouse's Anatomy is pretty good. And Rucky Kim's book. So these books. Let me get this so I can actually see it. This book right here, really good. This is on Superani as well. And it's really good. Very in-depth. Very good. He breaks down, he does like a lot of écorché type breakdowns. Whoa, that's a nice figure.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so good. It's so satisfying when you know, like, when they hit all the right lines, I guess.
Yeah, this guy's very good. This guy actually even goes into different body types, like Hulk style and bodybuilder and thinner. But he does a bunch of breakdowns. I would say a large amount of the book is breakdowns kind of like this, where he's actually showing the muscles and naming them and listing them off and drawing them in different poses. Like that kind of stuff. That one's this. That's on Superani. That's what it looks like on YT. And then there's also Stonehouse's Anatomy. That's this one right here. This is a very, very thick book, and it covers a lot. This one's actually a really interesting book. He has this like little personification character, and he breaks down almost the entire body, does comparative anatomy. He's astoundingly good.
Yes.
This one's almost more like that is
the Bible.
Like a bridge between like a medical anatomy textbook and art, yeah. And he does a whole bunch of breakdowns, comparing it. He makes a bunch of jokes.
I like that.
He covers like every single muscle of the face.
Wow.
The skull, proportions, literally everything. It's a huge book.
Even Kim Jong-gi is like, I approve of this book.
Yeah.
I approve of this message.
It's like 600 and something pages long, 650 pages long or so.
Wow.
And it just covers a lot of stuff. He covers all of the muscles, exactly where they connect to the bones. Like a lot of pages like this, like where he covers each individual muscle of the entire body, names them, explains them. Like that's the side of the leg, right? And there's a bunch of little comics and stuff.
I like that.
Covers a lot about the differences in body types, the differences between like male and female anatomy, the bones, the rib cages, the supination and pronation and differences, and all that kind of stuff. And this is a Stonehouse's Anatomy. So this is what it looks like. Stonehouse's Anatomy. This is kind of an expensive book. It'll probably run you like $85 US. Oh yeah, there it is. Great book. The author, Jung Hyun Seok. I don't know how to speak Korean.
Jung Hyun Seok.
I think this is only available on Superani, which is their website. Superani. This. Superani. Right there. It's a Korean art website, and both of these books I got on there. as well as like Kim Jong-il's sketchbook collections. So Toto, if you speak any Korean, you could get the Korean version of this.
Or read Korean.
Or if you read Korean. I don't.
I don't.
I ain't got no idea what I'm doing.
I can't even read Chinese.
I can't even read. That's why I became an artist.
You can read, Colton.
If I'm gonna have to learn how to read, I'd rather just draw. Yippee! Happy 10 months, thank you.
Thank you.
Learning Korean at the moment, awesome. Heck nah, everything is just expensive. Those are really, really nice books. They're 100% worth it if you want to become a professional artist. Oh, from Australia? No, they have a US based shipping center. So if you order a book from there, Leopard. Oh, you're in Australia. Never mind. You could probably also get it from Korea. I do not believe they have any of these in any of those two in bookstores. But you can check. If math's something I gotta know, I'd rather just draw. Colton, you read chat though? No, I don't. I have no idea what you just said. From Florida, nice. Basma, alright, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. Alright. There's that for now.
It's $45 in Korean on Amazon. Ooh, nice. Which one? I don't remember how much they are. I got them years ago. I was assuming it's probably like $85 or something. I'd rather be high than low, and people come back and go, "You said it was cheaper."
This is probably going to be a mostly acrylic marker painting.
Stonehouse Anatomy. You would definitely, if you can't read Korean very fluently, I would recommend the English version, because it's a very big it's a big read. Like, it's complicated. On Super Ani, it's $80, but translated. Oh, okay. Stonehouse's Anatomy has a lot of reading. It's like very detailed. I might be going to Korea this summer. My grandparents want me to visit them. That's awesome.
Oh, how fun.
Make sure you take plenty of pictures. I have a friend who lives on Jeju. I don't know if he's on Jeju right now. He also has an apartment in Seoul.
Steady hand.
I want to go to Jeju so bad, OMG. Yeah, it looks really cool. He sent me a bunch of pictures a long time ago. He would literally just go out of his house, walk into the ocean, and like pick up sea urchins and bring them back and cook them and eat them.
That literally sounds like the life.
Yeah, he goes like and gets like squiddies and different stuff. Literally just goes and walks into the ocean and eats.
Wow.
Not sure how off topic this is. How do you train your observational skills, like breaking down into shapes and understanding how to apply references to your work? That's a really good question. There's like the two-dimensional observational skills, which don't require an understanding of what you're drawing, you're just copying. And then there's like three-dimensional observation skills, which is like you actually understand what you're looking at from a three-dimensional perspective, and you can like rotate it and draw it from different angles. The second one requires understanding of perspective and form drawing. The first one is mostly just copying. I would say if you want to get better at drawing things from reference, like copying them, number one, do it a lot, because it's a skill that you can build over time. Secondly, try to break things into simpler shapes. There's a book out there. I don't necessarily enjoy the book all that much. It's not the kind of art that I enjoy doing, but it's called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And it talks a lot about two-dimensional like copy drawing skills. And that's what they teach in kind of more like art schools a lot of the time, is like a still life. You're like measuring with your pencil, and you're measuring distances between things, and you like there's like proportional measurements. Like you'll notice like, oh, the distance between the hand and the chin is the same distance between this and that. And so if you're copying you're paying close attention to positive and negative space.
Graphically.
Yeah, like graphically. I like paying attention to curves and straights. There's also, it's kind of like atelier type stuff. Like if you go to an art atelier, there's, what is it called? They do these barred plates, which are basically cast studies, but they're really, 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 really accurate. And so they get really good at doing like cast studies, you know, of like a sculpture or something, and they get super accurate with them. And they use a special technique. I haven't learned it though. Hey Tira.
Hey. Find.
Those people that come out of the ateliers are really, really, really good.
Yes.
It's just nothing like the kind of work I do.
Yeah.
In high school, I wasn't taught any really basic anatomy, just still life and tiny color theory. Yeah, you don't learn you don't really learn art at all in high school.
No.
I wouldn't count on learning anything about art in high school, no matter what school you go to.
They don't. Yeah, they don't teach.
You know, don't count on your. Funny enough, don't count on teachers to teach you art. You got to rely on yourself to make sure that you're learning what you need to learn. If you're going to an art college, if you're going to an art school, you don't, in my opinion, don't just rely on them to get you where you want to go. You have to take control and take charge and make sure that you're in control of where you're ending up career-wise.
Yeah.
Because I see it happen so much as people are like, oh, I went to an art college and I graduated and I couldn't get a job. It's like, you got to be in charge of that. Like, you have to ensure that you are on the track for yourself. You can't outsource your success to other people. And if they do get to you to where you want to go, like, that's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust it blindly. I'd
be very,
like,
very
I gotta make
picky.
sure. You gotta make sure. Like, by all means, go to the school. But if you don't feel like your teachers are delivering, find other teachers.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to realize that, like, the teachers work for you. You don't work for the teacher.
Yeah.
And I feel like nowadays with education and stuff, it's like, it's kind of reversed.
Yeah. It's very well known that most art schools, at least in the professional industry, it's very well known that most people who graduate art schools don't get employed. A lot of people will go into an art college thinking they're going to graduate and get a job, but a lot of the time they don't. And it's really a shame.
It is.
Because they're super expensive and people get into a ton of debt and they just kind of trust that process and they go, well, I'm going to art school. And you know, one of the most common things I hear is, I'm like, oh, like, you're in an art school, like, are you learning about this? And they're like, I think I have a class on that next term. And it's
then
just
they don't
like,
do it.
It's like one of the most important things to learn. And they like think they might have a class on it later in the future. And I'm like, that's wild. Like, whatever, a $50,000-$60,000 art school, and it's like one of the number one most important things. It's like, imagine you want to drive a car for a living, and so you go to a super expensive school, and you're like, not even sure if you're going to drive a car at all during the school. You're like, I think I have a class on where we actually drive cars like sometime in term 4, but I'm not sure entirely. I'm just like, that's wild. Like, imagine a culinary school. Imagine a school where you learn how to be a professional chef and you think you might cook sometime in the future, but aren't quite sure. I'd be like, y'all gotta, I'm praying for you. So just be very aware if you want to go to school, especially an expensive school, to learn art or design or anything for that matter. I always say it. I'm like a broken record. Go find a bunch of people who are currently employed professionally in your dream job. Send them a bunch of emails and go, hey, I want to do what you do for a living. What do you recommend? Do you think this school is any good? Here's what their student work looks like. You know, what's your recommendation? Because most of the time when you, like, a lot of the time, I shouldn't say most of the time, when you're going to a school, the teachers that are teaching you have never even done what you want to do professionally. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like who you know, not what you know. There's definitely stuff like that, you know. But like, in the art industry, since it's so visual based, people can tell within a second if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Izana. Gonna go now, but just want to say I love filling my sketchbook with each life.
Aw, thank you. I'm glad that we can be that source.
I don't think anything that I'm saying is like radical. Like, hey, if you want to work as a doctor, go talk to a bunch of doctors. Like, is that an extreme view? Doesn't feel like it.
No, I don't think so.
Like, hey, if you want to become a professional artist, go talk to a bunch of professional artists and get their advice.
Well, I think it's like...
That's crazy.
I don't know. Even I'm confused.
Went to an art school for a year and it was not for me. Yeah, it's not for a lot of people. I mean, think about it. You're not doing art to go to art school. You're doing art to get employed as an artist. Art school is only supposed to be a staircase to help you get there. If you find that it's not helping you get there, leave and find that staircase. You graduate college. Like, college isn't the end. College is the beginning of learning. So if it's not helping you get there, find something that helps you get there.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Workshops are great. Workshops are really good. They're usually run by professionals who know what they're doing. But you gotta really, really take the bull by the horns and make sure that your journey to where you want to get to, you're in control of making sure that happens. Because if you get somewhere, if you get to that end of that college or whatever and you find that you can't get employed, it's really only your fault because it's your life. Like, you're the one who's responsible for making sure you're getting to where you want to go to. Did a 2-year course in animal management and now almost a year later, related job happening. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Drop by to say hi. Hello, Dahlia. And I'm very passionate about that. That's why Christine and I spend so much time teaching art.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we tried to make just as affordable education as possible, because, like, I don't think art school should be $100,000. I don't think art school should be $50,000.
Especially for teachers that may not have this experience that, or may not have the qualifications that you signed up for. And it's all like based on assumption. That's why I'm always like, check their work, look at their portfolio. If they actually, if they don't have a portfolio that's accessible and all that stuff, it's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, you go to an art college and you learn art from someone and you can't even find their artwork. Like
I would be very...
Like, that's crazy.
Red
like,
flags for me.
You know, imagine going into like a field where you want to learn how to drive like a race car and your teacher has never even driven a race car. Just scary. Like, it's
scary.
You know?
And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I'll figure it out later.
And, like, for some things, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, maybe the teacher who teaches you about, I don't know, how the engines work doesn't need to have driven a race car.
Right.
But at some point, it would make sense that if you want to learn how to drive race cars, you're going to get in the seat of a race car, you're going to learn how to drive it, and you're going to learn from someone who's actually good at it.
Yep.
Do you guys go live every day? We go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Have your drawings ever made you blush? Maybe.
Maybe. Depends on the drawing. If I'm drawing like a romantic scene, I'll be like, oh, you know.
Yeah, and I say it all the time, like, I'm not an amazing artist. I've worked as a professional, but as far as pros go, I'm not high level. Not at all. You know? that's just how it is. I'm trying constantly to improve. I've worked professionally and supported myself as an artist for years. But there's a lot of really high level artists out there that teach good stuff.
Ooh, look at that.
So anybody out there who says like, oh, they say they're amazing, but they're not, like, not at all. I don't think I'm amazing at art. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to it. That's a good question, Obelius. I honestly have no idea. What do you think about AI art and how it will affect art in the future? I have no idea, honestly. AI, like, think about it, right? When did the internet come around? Like 25 years ago? 20, 30 years ago?
I think, yeah.
Maybe around that time, right? Or like 35 years ago, maybe at most. I don't really know, like when it became mainstream. Look at how majorly the internet has changed the world. Like entire industries that never existed before exist now that never existed before. I can't even begin to imagine how advanced AI is going to change the world for better or for worse. I have no idea. I just draw and I just teach people how to draw. I'm worried because I think it's super powerful and I don't think that people are ready for what's coming. I certainly don't think that social media platforms are ready for the absolute massive like fire hydrant of AI art that's being uploaded. I mean, just look at Pinterest. It's completely ruined right now. You have to be super careful on Pinterest because almost everything is AI. I think like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram are not ready for automatically generated AI content. And I think the platform is going to have 100 times more content that's just at a terrible quality and it's not very interesting. But that's like the near future. 20 years from now, I have no idea. Because eventually the platforms are going to learn how this stuff works. I have no idea though. It's in such an early phase. It could honestly change the world as much as, the combustion engine. Like, I have no idea. There's going to be certain tasks that are way too time consuming and difficult to do historically that are going to become so incredibly quick and effortless. I can't even imagine how it's going to change the world. Like really, really complicated tasks that take people a long time to do are going to become like almost instant and free. And like what that does to industries, I have no idea. It's going to be crazy. Like a science fiction novel probably.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Lindsay was asking if these are acrylic markers.
Yep.
These are the acrylic markers. These are shuttle art.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's wild. It's going to be wild. I think. Maybe not. I do not believe AI is a fad. I don't think it's just going to go away. I think it's going to be here to stay. And apparently the technologies existed for a long time. It just, computers weren't powerful enough to do it. But I don't know. I don't know very much about AI. I don't like it. Like, I wish it didn't exist. It's kind of scary,
Yeah.
But I have no idea. I can't stop it.
Okay, I think the last main thing is the hair.
Yeah. Y'all might have to do another wash over that.
I know. Which one? Over the face?
Just the whole skin.
Yeah, I will.
It just takes so many layers to build it up.
Does.
It's fun though. It's satisfying.
It is fun. I really like it.
The fact that internet is from Australia, but it's still terrible reception in internet. I watch some streamers who are in Australia and they've got fiber optic.
There we go.
Oh, I know fiber is probably hard to get over there.
Alright, I think hair, and then before doing the extra wash on the face, because that's gonna be a good while. Let's see. I'm gonna definitely use this green, I think.
I love it. Makes me want to try watercolor again, they said.
Oh, awesome. I'm just trying to figure out.
I honestly don't think that there's very many people out there who can accurately predict what AI is going to be doing to the world. It's such a there's so many variables. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Especially me, I have no idea.
I think some people are just scared of change, and other times change is really scary.
Yeah.
And other times it's like you can't really do anything about it, so the thing that you can do is just be like, well, what can AI not do?
Yeah, I hear Starlink is amazing. Never tried it myself. Yeah, my parents have Starlink. They use it where they live. They live way out in the middle of nowhere, and it's been great for them. What apps are you streaming on? We're on TikTok and YouTube right now. I think 40 years in the future I'll have an AI robot companion to help with things. Yeah, that'd be cool. Obelius, are you married? Go study. Yes, they are. This is not an app. This is just watercolor.
And acrylic.
Forgot what app this is. There's no app. This is just a piece of paper and markers. Yeah, IDK about robot helpers. It sounds like the sort of thing that you would get enslaved from. I'm very skeptical of governments and large corporations having absolute power when it comes to technology.
I agree.
I think it's a terrifying thing. Heck is my phone at?
I don't know what
My
it is.
pocket.
Pocket.
The app is called Real Life.
The app is called
Earth.exe.
Alright, this is turning out pretty good so far. This might be the painting with the art with the most amount of acrylic.
Sometimes Beaver started following you. Beaver Tail 6. Beaver, did you make a new account? Beaver started following you 4 minutes ago. What's all this about? Are you the regular Beaver or are you a new Beaver? At the beginning of the live stream, it's Procreate. Yep, Maru typed it out. Sometimes I feel like chat members might be AI. And I'm not kidding. Like, I think there's people that come in sometimes and are AI.
Yeah.
It exists. I mean, have you ever talked to character AI? It sounds more realistic than people in chat sometimes. And I don't mean that to be mean. I seriously think there are bots that pretend to be people a lot.
Yeah, you know.
You know the coins thing? That's like a very unsophisticated bot.
Oh yeah, that's like a very cheesy, not like like just very primitive.
Yeah. I mean, as long as the bot likes Miki, I'm fine with it, to be honest. Beat bop bop.
I hope that this
Totally.
mark can actually last this illustration. I know I just used it, but I'm like, just in case. Alright. We'll do this first and then work on another layer.
Yeah, there are view bots and stuff. Chat, be honest here. Are you AI? Hey, Duck Admin, hello. Let's be honest. Be honest with me. Totally not AI. That's what AI would say. Uvia, hello. Struggle with math, there's no way I'm AI. Totally. I'm not AI, but I like to lurk in streams. That's fun. My cover has been blown. I'm sorry you guys had to find out this way. What are you guys' opinion on the violin? Sounds beautiful.
I love it.
Her brother plays the
My
violin.
brother does play the violin.
My cousin plays the violin. How long do you let markers dry before second layer? Until
it is dry.
Until you can't see reflectivity anymore.
Yeah. These kind of markers, especially the lighter ones, are quite translucent. So I'm gonna have to do multiple layers on this.
I've never played the violin myself.
Oh, look, it's so cute! Look at that! Oh, I'm so excited.
You know what I might do?
What?
I might go over to Keki's real quick.
Okay. Well, it'll be just you and me chat.
Can you recommend me some acrylic markers or others? These are the shuttle art markers. They work really well. Christina also got the Escrow-wise ones. These ones right
these
here.
These ones aren't too bad.
Those ones work pretty well.
And they're really cheap, too.
Yeah, they're very inexpensive.
These ones are very vibrant.
Sorry. They both work really nice. I'll be back in, I don't know.
Half an hour?
Probably not. Probably like 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, we'll see.
Y'all
Meanwhile, I'll just be doing this. Stuff, right? I think I know. If you remember my OC Blubby, it's actually my promise to Abelias to show them my fishes. I remember Blubby. I love Blubby. Blubby's super cute. I drew him with a little puffer fish that one time. Alright, so I'm not as good as reading chat as Colton is, but I hope that you'll have me. Is that how they say in Japanese or something? Oh, that's looking super heckin' cute. I'm totally not AI, but I can have Miki's social security number for humans. Oh my gosh, I never, good thinking, Fox. I never even thought about our OC's social security number. I tried markers once and it made my art look horrible, but this is beautiful. Oh, thank you. I think it's all about understanding the medium. Like if you know, like exactly, it's almost like pre-planning. Once you know how to use the material, it becomes a lot easier to use it. Like for me, I know that I can always, I can switch between drawing in 2D, meaning just flat shapes, and then I can like fill it in with additional information later. So that's why, painting over things doesn't scare me. Actually, I do have a story. My teacher back in art school, he was always saying that painting is basically just another version of drawing, and you're just drawing with bigger marks. And one of the exercises that he had us do was anytime that we started painting, we would literally we would sketch it, and then we would paint over it with paint, and until we can't even see the drawing anymore. And then we would have to figure it out by painting over it.
All right, I'll be back.
So, okay. So that's how I would, that's how I think about painting nowadays, especially with this kind of illustration. So it's not as scary, but you have to do it a lot of times to kind of get used to like working with different mediums. But the first markers that I used were alcoholic markers, so like Prismacolor. Those are the markers that I used to use a lot. And I originally was going to go for more acrylic markers, but this just, I think, works more practically for me. I think it'll be same in, I understand watercolor, I think it'll be same in digital art. Yeah, for the most part. Is this acrylic marker good for any paper? So the paper that I'm using specifically is let me actually flip it over. Arches. Hot pressed watercolor. And this watercolor paper is really thick, so you can actually see the thickness in the edges. And it's great for holding a lot of water and a lot of material. So if you have like a very thin paper, the acrylic marker might not come out very well. But if you use something like a mixed media paper, that might work a little bit better, and that's probably more budget friendly. No, Colton didn't go to the store. He's going to Kevin's place because Kevin is moving in, and he's trying to help him with stuff, potentially. So yeah. Okay. Time to outline. I'm gonna have to ignore you for a little bit. That's why I really like these acrylic markers. To Kevin's place. Yeah. Is this acrylic marker good? Okay, yeah. If you're fine with me asking, what art school did you go to? I went to Art Center College of Design. It was in Pasadena, California. And I dropped out after term 3 because it wasn't really working for me later on. Meaning, the curriculum was changing a lot. And I found classes that I want to take more. So I ended up dropping out. But it was honestly, I really do miss Art Center days, meaning like the early mornings we have to go to figure drawing class, and getting bread for breakfast at the food canteen place. I really do miss those days, but at the same time, I wouldn't be here without. If I was still in art center, things would have changed a lot in terms of our business and what I'm doing now. So I don't regret it. I just miss it sometimes. And I don't, and back then I didn't really picture myself going back to California to finish school because I was already moved out and married at the time. So yeah. But I think that art center is a good environment to just grind and do the art. Like Toby, one of Colton's students, he's in art center now, and he's basically like, and if he's planning to finish art center, he's basically committed to doing art and practice for those 4 years. So that I feel like is really good. What time you start the live? We started at, let me look. We started at 5 p.m. Pacific, so it's been about over 3 hours now. 3 hours and 30 minutes ago. Man, I'm sick. I need soup, but I don't like soup. I think you should drink some soup. Soup? I actually really like soup. I don't know why you don't like it, but it's okay. Everybody has their own tastes. How long did you go to art school for? So one term is about 14 weeks. And I did 3 terms. How many? Guys, can you do the math? How many weeks is 3 terms? It's 14 weeks each term. So I would say it's about a few months, I would say. Because I think a semester and stuff is different for art colleges than it is normal colleges. It's very expensive though. Here we go. 42 weeks? Yeah, 42 weeks basically. So yeah, that's the answer. Look how nice this is looking so far, really smooth. I want to post art, but like I don't have many defined OCs or complete drawings. That's okay. We'd love seeing even work in progresses. In fact, a lot of people would just make new OCs in the channel and they'll be like, oh, I made a new OC today, and it's like awesome. So don't worry, just post it. Just be like, hey, this is a work in progress, or like, hey, I'm making this OC. This is just iteration 1 right now. You know, you don't have to have a solid OC to post art. You know, I mean, I think every OC is bound to change, especially because our tastes change. I mean, my character Ray changed from a wannabe Marvel OC to someone who's just completely normal and just kind of grungy. I still make fun of that every now and then. I'll be like, man, what was I thinking? That was like my teenage brain at the time. 16? I think I was 16 when I made her. It's funny though. But I was into Marvel at the time, so it's kind of fun seeing the evolution. How to improve creativity because my drawing is so bad without reference? I think a lot, you can do exercises. So if you go to Pinterest sometimes, you'll see artists that literally like, they take a reference, like a bird, and they'll make a character out of it. So you can try stretching those muscles like that. Reno Tuna's really good at that. There was another one, something Nunez, I don't remember, is it Ramon Nunez? They basically turn inanimate objects or animals or perfume bottles into characters, and then they use aspects for that. So you can try that. But I think reference is good for the most part. I think relying on it how do I say it? Reference is good overall. I think it's depending on how you use it. Like, are you just using it to copy something, which is, everybody I think has a phase of copying and just doing observational drawing. But I think reference will really come in handy when you start understanding the fundamentals and breaking things down. So like, if I have a reference of a pose and I want to change it up, I'm able to do that because I'll be like, oh, I know how the leg moves. I know which way to turn it. So I could always make artistic liberties later on. But that takes time. That takes a lot of years. So I'd say just continue as you are. It will look bad because you're still getting used to it. It's like working out, right? Kind of stuck drawing my character. I've done silhouette and a bit of line art. I think I'm stuck rendering. I don't know. I think just try it out. Just try finishing it and see if you like it. Whenever I make a character, I think I don't even, how do I say it? I don't even think about rendering at that point. I think about the sketching because the design of the character can be done just through basic sketching and ideation and stuff. So that's what I do. I don't even think about rendering or coloring and making it look pretty. I just think about the idea. Once the idea is done and the way I like it, then I start making it look more finished. But even then, if I want to change it, I can at that point. I feel like I'm a broken record sometimes. My OCMAR has changed a lot since 2005. Wow, 2005 is a long time ago. Bye, Ariana. I know it sucks. I had flu not too long ago. Yeah, flus suck. I used to like being sick because that meant I could get a day off from school. But now being sick and working is just the worst because it's like I want to work. I want to make videos. I want to stream, or I want to do stuff properly and record my classes, but because I'm sick, I can't do it. So I really had a different change of perspective about being sick these days. And so I really try hard to not get sick. I really do. So yeah. Okay, now this is the fun part. Where I can add extra details. I think there's still a bit more yellow. No, I think that's about it in terms of the yellow. I really like the yellow in the design. But I think just to keep it canon, I'll leave it green. Unless you're fine with me adding a bit more yellow in the back part of her hair. I think that would be really cute. Shattuck? It's up to you though. Oh, I hear the door unlocking. Colton's back.
What?
Colton's back.
I got back.
Yep. Got to go. Hope you have a great night. Thanks, Stuff Maybe.
What's up? Are you done?
No, I'm not done. I feel like people get mad at young artists for having their reference shining through too much. I feel like that's all about like the pretentiousness of amateur artists. Like they'll just make obsolete rules that don't really even matter, and then they'll like shame other artists for it because maybe they're jealous or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
What's up?
I'm just blabbering on and on. You smell like the outside. Oh, she's
Yup.
cool. Awesome.
And people online also forget that, you know, kids are kids.
Yeah.
And most people have really cringy pasts that they hate to talk about. And some people are currently going through those cringy pasts.
So I think
like,
they'll look back and be like, why did I say that?
You
oh my
know.
gosh, I just want to... Yeah.
Like, they're not... Kids, people have always been like that. It's just very public nowadays because you can see it.
Yeah.
So, while I don't agree with it, I also don't think that it's the end of the world because some 12-year-old is really inspired by an artist and wants to do what they do.
Oh my gosh, I got bullied for that. Like, when I was in Artemino.
Yeah, and you didn't even copy. They just thought you copied.
They just thought I copied.
People,
so it was like really
do
awkward.
witch hunts as well.
Yeah, they do. They love doing witch
People
hunts.
are absolutely obsessed with trying to find fault in others. Absolutely obsessed with it. Like, they'll just go out there and try to
ruin someone's childhood.
Yeah, ruin someone's life and make them quit art because they don't like the way exactly that they did something.
And then that's the arbitrary rules. It's like ridiculous, you know.
You know, like part of it is you kind of have to experience other people telling you off so you don't turn into a jerk as an adult. But also you have to be careful because if you let other people telling you off get to your head, it will ruin some of your favorite things.
Yeah. It's almost like kind of like if someone tells you off, you kind of have to reason, be like, was this called for or was it not? Like, can I take responsibility for it or is someone just being ridiculous? And the first time I got told off, it was like, okay, I understand that and I won't do that again.
Yeah.
The second time I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but this is ridiculous. And it just really scared me at the time.
Yeah, and another thing is the internet is a very safe place for people to share unasked for advice and opinions. It is my strong belief that you should pretty much ignore every single person online who gives you advice.
Yeah.
unless they are actually an expert and you are looking for advice. You make any video, any piece of content online, you will get swarmed with a bunch of really, 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 not to be mean, dumb people who perceive themselves as experts and give you a bunch of unsolicited advice. You ignore all of it. Literally, you have no obligation to listen to some random person who's at the checkout at a grocery store who's on their phone giving you advice. That's my strong belief. It will not benefit your life. Even if sometimes the advice happens to be right, who cares? You didn't post art to get other people's opinions. Expert or not, the last say is yours. Yeah, absolutely. And that's really only, like, this is the thing. Experts don't usually go out and give people advice they didn't ask for.
Yeah.
You don't see really high-level artists on social media in random comment sections giving people advice. You'll see them running a mentorship program for people who are actually interested in finding a mentor and getting better or taking classes. Yeah, very, 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 very rarely. If someone's giving you advice in your comment section that you didn't ask for, completely ignore it.
Especially if they're also being rude about it. Like, they got no reason to be rude.
It's not even worth, like, even if they happen to be right, it's not even worth looking at.
Yeah.
When did Colton get back? Just recently.
Very recently.
Just who cares? Do art because you do art. And the same thing goes with, like, doing art to try and impress people online. It's not a good long-term strategy generally.
Yeah. So, like, when people are like, oh, I don't think that your art looks good, like, don't quit because of those comments. It's like, who cares about them, you know?
If you want to learn to get better at something, seek sources that help you get better.
Yep.
The comment section on social media is not that place.
Not,
Some people will have like a post blow up online and they'll quit social media forever because they can't handle all of the people coming and chiming in.
Yep.
We don't really have much of a problem with that. Like, if we get a bunch of mean comments, I don't really care.
Yeah. Like, mentally thick skin.
When we first started building classes online, Christine and I got like 100,000 students.
Yep.
In our first like classes that we made, and lots and lots and lots of both really, really good and really, really bad reviews on our classes. And back then, that was basically when we went through
that phase.
The phase of learning how to not really care what people think and just doing your own thing.
I feel like there needs to be a bit of yellow in here. I want to separate that out.
Anonymity made people on social media say whatever they want. Yeah, and the
without
same
getting punched for it.
Exactly, and the same thing happens with like road rage. Is the fact that you can't see the other person. It's like this kind of anonymous interaction. People get really, really, really mad, and then like people get super mad in road rage and like try to like ram someone off the road, and then they'll realize it's like this really sweet old lady who can't see very well.
It's because they have like this mental image of an enemy in their brain.
Yeah. Yeah. But like our community is to help people grow. We generally don't do any critiques or anything on stream. We might at some point for people who want it, but I don't think anybody should really give advice that they weren't asked for.
Yeah.
And think about taking art classes in NAU, but I'll have to talk with my BF about that. That'd be fun.
Hey.
Like imagine going up to someone IRL and say whatever people have said on social media. Yeah, you wouldn't you wouldn't see that. Like, you know, you're in a grocery store and someone comes, like you pick out a box of cereal, right? At the grocery store. And some random person comes up to you, "Oh, I hate that cereal." Right? "Oh, that's really bad." Like that never happens because they don't have the anonymity of social media or a comment section or the protection of being behind their screen. So if you don't give people, if you don't give people the pleasure of critiquing your decisions at a grocery store while you're shopping, why would you give them the pleasure of critiquing your artwork on social media? Like,
Yeah.
I don't really see a difference. We don't really ever critique people's art here. Like, we have paid classes that people sign up for critiques. But other than that, I would only ever critique people who really want the critique and are looking for it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, even among those people, there's people who want critiques, but they can't handle them. And so you stop critiquing them. They're just like, oh, can I have a like that's happened in our Discord server. Like there's people who will go to like the art help and critique channels and they'll ask for feedback, and when you give them feedback, they'll be like, oh, and blah 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 blah. And like you don't get mad at them. I'm just like, oh, that person can't handle critiques, so I'm not gonna critique them anymore. I don't say anything. It's just it is what it is.
Well, it's like a critique that was professionally handled, like sandwich critique, you know?
Yeah, and that doesn't mean, like, and another thing is most critiques that beginners give are wrong, are not good critiques. They don't help you. Critiques are extremely dependent on what your goals are.
Yeah.
And high-level artists, a lot of the time, are good at detecting what your goals are based on what they know about you and what your artwork is.
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of the time, people's goal is not to accidentally put the thumb on the wrong side of the hand.
Yeah.
So you can, you know, if someone's looking for a critique, you can point it out and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Ha ha ha. You know?
Right.
Like, on stream, like, it's happened before. Like, Christina accidentally gave an extra joint to a finger.
Oh, yeah.
And someone pointed it out and she was like, oh crap, and she fixed it.
Yeah.
But it happens. Art is difficult and it's complicated.
I always suck at the pinky part. It's
Yeah.
just like it's my nemesis. I can never get it right. Even when I'm like, okay, that's 3, and I'm like, oh, I just added that again. So yeah.
Back super quick to say this, looking wonderful, awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah. Devin Nash has a really good video on YT about comments on social media and stuff like that. And he basically, I really like his stuff, by the way. Basically ignore everything. That's pretty much the thing. If you're on social media and you get a lot of traffic and engagement, ignore every critique. You didn't ask for it. Imagine you're walking through a stadium full of people and the whole stadium is looking at you and critiquing you. How would that be any different than a grocery store where someone tells you what to eat when you're picking out food at the store? Or a restaurant where someone comes up to your table and starts critiquing what you ordered? I don't see that as any different. So if you have a post that blows up on social media that gets 1 million views, just imagine 1 million people who critique you that weren't asked for it. Just ignore it.
Your name is Rin.
Rin. Killer
Kiwi.
Killer Kiwi.
Killer Kiwi. So cool. Now where do I put the name?
Probably like
I was
Killer
thinking.
Kiwi.
Rin. Killer Kiwi. I wonder what her introduction is. There we go.
Mm-hmm. That looks great.
Thank you. Turned out pretty good. If I do say so myself. Hey.
My daughter's nickname is Kiwi. That's
Oh,
fun.
that's so cute. I'll look at it from.
I also don't have anything against people disabling comment sections. Like, I think it's totally legit. If you don't want people to comment on your post, that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's your post. You can do what you want. Like, who cares?
wait, I need to add a bit of an extra bling in her eyes. There we go. Maybe I want to add some sparkles. Yes.
Leopard shifts. Snaz, are you still here? Is Snaz around?
I don't know if Snaz is around. I've seen Swag. Wait,
Leopard, you're from Australia, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I have actually seen Swag.
Is Swag also from Australia?
I don't think so.
You will need to talk to Snaz. Because he's
local,
also from Australia?
He's a local Australian in our server.
And he knows what time we stream in your time. So, does all of Australia have one time zone, or are there multiple time zones there? I don't know anything about that upside down place.
A little bit of highlight.
Multiple, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I have a clock for PST so I don't miss your streams. That's smart.
Oh, that is nice. That's smart.
They're US based. It's 5 p.m. Pacific, yes. So it's 8:47 p.m. right now. So if you go back about a little bit less than 4 hours, that's when we start stream. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so it'll probably be the next day for you. It'll probably be like Saturday morning, Tuesday, and Thursday.
I like drawing magical girls because I can add the extra sparkles.
You're streaming my time zone? Yes. Daylight savings happened recently in California, so now we are on the same time. Thursday for you now? Yeah, then we'll stream Thursdays for you. Thursdays, Saturdays, and Tuesdays for you.
I remember when the jelly roll was like super popular to use, everybody was just using the heck out of it. It was like crazy. And now I'm like, just a little bit, just a touch is enough.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. I like it too. I wonder what her human form is, her civilian form.
3 hour difference instead of 2 now. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I always tried using white ink pens and they never worked.
Oh. Yeah, I have another white ink pen that they claim to work really well, but I tried it multiple times.
That one's kind of dog trash.
It just doesn't work.
It works in certain cases.
Yeah. Actually, I want to add a little bit of gray in the eyes because it's kind of bright.
Also, head pats.
Yes, I will do that in a little bit. Hold up.
Keki's gonna be going to the store, and I told him that we'll go with him.
Okay. Yeah, I need to go to the store. Alright, there we go.
We have to get our fridge replaced tomorrow, though, because the one that they installed didn't work properly, so now they have to come swap it.
Alright. Oh wait, head pads. Head pads before we leave.
Live at 5 p.m. PST, California time, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yup. What happens if you make a mistake, like accidentally drew a line? Very, very, very rarely that happens, but there's ways to kind of cover it up or undo. Not undo, but more like paint over.
Yeah.
Acrylic markers are kind of forgiving because you can kind of draw over it. Great work, chat.
Great work, chat.
31K.
Mm-hmm. In 3 hours?
Mm-hmm. Without even talking about it.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, that's pretty good.
I think so far, out of all of the watercolors that Christina's done, she's only really had to do she's only made like one mistake, right?
Yes. And I know who it was with Loveless.
Oh yeah.
Loveless, I accidentally colored too much of the lip, and I was like scrambling to try and find a way to solve it, and I did.
And then there was the extra joint on the finger, but you kind of just
I colored it in. Yeah, and then there was actually another one. I forgot which one, but it was purple, and I colored over the purple. And it was
Was it
funny.
like Mickey's glove or something?
Yeah, it was Mickey's glove.
Was
That's
it
right.
this piece?
It was the
the maid one.
The maid one, yeah.
Where the heck is that?
It's in there.
Here it is.
I don't remember where I put it.
No, that one still has it.
Oh.
Bro.
Oh.
I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
Well.
Oh yes, I need to put all this stuff away.
Nice fun stream.
Mm-hmm.
That's not in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
It has to go from the front to the back. And this one's
okay.
also not in. It'll fall off. There's that. This one is in, that one's in. That should be good. And then all these need a close.
We should do an edible art stream sometime. I actually want to try because I feel like we need a bit more new stuff in our streams.
I don't know why that's not coming up.
I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
There it goes. It was like stuck.
Huh.
It has to go in first. There. I'm trying to get that out.
What are you trying to get out? Oh, that thing?
Yeah. It's like stuck.
There we go. Alright.
Look at that.
I love it.
Mm.
Sometimes it's a bit of a gamble with how it turns out, but I really like how this turned out. Colors work really well. She gives me like key lime pie and a bit of broccoli vibes, but I really like it. Look at that homework.
Yep, Artemis did great.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Riku. I had a lot of fun doing this one, actually. I mean, I have a lot of fun with doing a lot of these. The stream was lots of fun. Glad you like it, Maru. Hopefully we see you more often. I know that you're new. Green pops. I know. Well, should we go to the store?
Yes. All right, everybody. Good night, Yuvia. We are going to be heading off. We will see you on Friday.
Mm-hmm. And we have one last person on our list, which is Swag.
Yup.
Yippee.
Swag. All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up. That was a cheeky little 4-hour-long stream. Crazy.
Well, this took a while, so.
Yep. Well, we will. We'll catch you later on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yes. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya. And we'll see ya as well, YouTube.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.